but at least 30 of his MLAs went off to a resort in Puducherry, inclined to shake hands with the AIADMK. This party, Jayalalitha's party, MJR's party, the party that was in power until a few years ago, Edapadi K. Palaniswamy, the former chief minister, has now reached Puducherry to meet with those MLAs. Let's find out what's going on. Ritu joins us live from Puducherry, where she brought us first and exclusive images of those MLAs earlier today. Ritu, EPS reaching the Puducherry resort. What is he there for? To meet the MLAs, to convince them to change their minds? What is going on? How are you reading this, Ritu?
Well, let me first bring you these visuals right here outside from this resort, where you see all the MLAs from the AIADMK are all making their way inside right now. I'll in fact request my Vijay Kumar to zoom in and show you those visuals as well of right from inside, where you see these MLAs basically are entering right now this particular resort. Apparently, as you are already aware of, the MLAs from this particular party were basically were staying at different resorts in the Puducherry, but now they're all gathering at one particular resort, and there you see in our visuals, you have many MLAs from the AIADMK who are all there now having a chat as well among each other. Before that, the EPS really arrives here to have a word with them. In fact, just a while back, I managed to have a word with one of those MLAs from the AIADMK. You see, when we tried asking them whether what's on the table for the discussion, apparently what was really told to me was that it's all that you see. The EPS, of course, is here to just see them as because all the MLAs, in fact, of course, are very that waiting to see EPS as well now, to meet him as well. Yeah. So he's just coming to just have a check on them is what they say. But of course, we do know that there's a lot on the political side as well as part of a discussion too. But you see the EPS, as we are given to understand, is that has managed to enter that of Puducherry now, and any moment now will be inside this particular resort. In fact, now there's one specific hall that's been taken over here for their discussion, for their talks. In fact, now what's really going to happen, that needs to be seen. You see, apart from that, when I tried speaking to one of that other MLAs as well, talking about the poaching, because that's something that's really on the minds of the AIADMK right now. The chief's mind, basically, you see, whether there would be an attempt for the poaching, the horse trading that they really want to escape. You see, you have the MLA saying that we are not somebody who would be going at a very lower cost. We have a higher cost, we are all have a higher cost individual, so not something that it's easy for any party to basically poach us. But at this point in time, needs to be seen. You see how this is really going to pan out and what's going to be inside from the AIADMK as well on side, because of course the TVK has officially not sought the support of the AIADMK, but still they managed to be at one resort for their talk. So what's really going to happen inside the meeting, that will be interesting for us to see. Back to you.
Okay. Another leader, another former chief minister who is meeting with his MLAs is MK Stalin. That's the other big update that we have for you right now. MK Stalin, who lost his own seat in Kolattur in Tamil Nadu, is at the DMK headquarters as we speak, meeting with his MLAs. Sam Daniel, our bureau chief in Chennai, is with me live from the headquarters of the DMK. Sam, MK Stalin meeting his MLAs, could be a routine affair, but with everything that is going on right now in Tamil Nadu and suspense over government formation, every little movement by the big stakeholders and big players becomes a big talking point. What's happening where you are?
That's right, Shiv. The caretaker Chief Minister MK Stalin's first meeting with the newly elected DMK MLAs after the terrible defeat for the ruling party in the state, and this meeting is expected to choose the party's leader of legislature party and also choose the leader of opposition. The buzzers, the party may choose MK Stalin's son, the outgoing deputy chief minister, as the leader of opposition, but we'll have to wait and watch whether the party would like to give an opportunity for some outsider outside the family, particularly being sensitive to the criticism that there is so much of family politics and less opportunity for others, something the party has been denying. The other expectation is whether the party would discuss what went wrong, a kind of a stock taking, soul searching, and also take a deeper look at the uncertain situation, particularly with respect to Vijay's swearing in. This comes a day before the CPM and CPI will have the meeting to decide whether these allies of DMK will choose to support the TVK government or would they stay with the DMK. Also on a day, Stalin met these leaders of VCK, CPI and CPM. So although it's a routine meeting, so much could happen. All eyes will be on what Stalin would have to say and also who would they elect as the leader of opposition and the party's legislature party head.
Very, very true. There has been talk that Udayanidhi Stalin will be the leader of the opposition, but that's a decision that MK Stalin will have to take with his MLAs. Let's take you now from Arivalayam, the headquarters of the DMK, all the way to Vijay's residence in Panayur on the outskirts of Chennai, where NDTV's Radhika Ramaswamy has been reporting and has been on duty. Radhika, Vijay met the governor earlier today. That was pretty much the only thing that was on his agenda. He's apparently leaving home shortly from there. Where is he headed? Lots of curiosity. Vijay can't move anywhere before sending a shockwave across Chennai and Tamil Nadu. Radhika.
That's right, Shiv. We are at his residence in Pattinam Pakam, not in Panayur. In fact, he was in Panayur this morning. We'll show you visuals from this particular residence of his, where he came just after visiting governor's house. Soon after that, he came to his second residence, and post that, sometime at about 4 to 5 p.m. is when some of his leaders started visiting him. Arun Raj, Busi Anand, and Nirmal were some of the leaders of the TVK that had been visiting him since about 5 o'clock, and they had an important meeting and they left Vijay's residence. There is a possibility that after this, Vijay will either go to TVK's office or perhaps to his other residence. We are not entirely certain. There is a huge media presence here. But what we are learning is that there was some sort of strategy meeting that was held in order to understand the numbers. We know for a fact that at this point, Vijay needs at least about 6 to 7 candidates on his side, which could come from VCK as well as left parties. Now, VCK and left parties had their meeting with MK Stalin. They will hold more meetings in the next 2 days to come to a final conclusion as to whether they want to support TVK or not. In most likelihood, they will. But looks like this is a strategy meeting in order to understand the next course of action as to how they can take the discussion forward with both VCK as well as left leaders to convince them into coming on board as soon as possible. And we are also learning that some of these leaders will meet the VCK leaders as well as left leaders in the next few hours or tomorrow in order to convince them to come on board as fast as possible so that we can go ahead and form the government and of course do the swearing in as well. So a lot happening behind
all of this of course means that there is a huge amount of suspense over the oath-taking ceremony. When you saw NDTV reporting yesterday, you saw us reporting from the Nehru Indoor Stadium in Chennai where that swearing-in was supposed to take place. It hasn't happened, as you have no doubt guessed, but that suspense continues even now. Here is everything you need to know about why it hasn't happened so far and what we may expect next.
This was supposed to be Vijay's coronation moment. After storming Tamil Nadu politics with a historic debut, TVK emerged as the single largest party with 108 seats in the 234-member assembly. But power needs 118. And that missing number has turned victory into suspense. The question on everyone's mind: when will Thalapathy Vijay finally take oath as Chief Minister? 2 meetings with Vijay within 24 hours and the governor is not convinced about the numbers. At the second meeting called at the behest of the governor on Thursday, Vijay was asked pointed questions. How will you form the government with 113 MLAs? Which party will support the TVK government? Can a stable government be formed with 113 MLAs? How will you prove majority after oath? Can action be taken on assumption of future support? Do you have assurance of additional backing? The governor later issued a formal statement stating that the numbers are not on Vijay's side yet.
Governor has very clearly asked him one big question. How are you going to prove that you have 118 numbers and where are these numbers going to come from? Give me an idea. And I am told by sources inside the governor's office is that while he has tried to talk about where he could be getting numbers from and that he needs time and all that, the governor has been very cordial with him. He needs some time to look at these numbers. He wants to be completely convinced and confident that the man that he's inviting to form the government will eventually end up forming the government and will not fail at the floor of the House.
The TVK has intensified its efforts to cobble up the magic number. With 5 MLAs from Congress on its side, Vijay has a total strength of 112 behind him, leaving him short of just 6. TVK has again reached out to VCK, CPI and CPM with 2 MLAs each that can take TVK to the majority mark. But VCK and left are taking their own time to decide. The constitutional position is clear that the governor can use his discretion to invite the single largest party to form the government and ask for a trust vote in case it is clearly TVK. But the governor is insisting on majority before the oath, a position not sitting well with the legal experts.
I think the governor's action is unconstitutional. Mr. Vijay's party is ahead of the pack by leaps and bounds, and he is within touching distance of a majority. The law is that majority has to be proved on the floor of the House. He should ask Mr. Vijay, you take over and prove your majority in 4 or 5 days.
As the TVK tries to make up for the shortfall, the party may also explore legal options against the governor's decision to delay. Bureau Report, NDTV.
In a moment from now, I'm going to bring in 2 of India's most astute observers of politics and what's happening in Tamil Nadu. In particular, Madhavan Narayanan, senior journalist, R.K. Radhakrishnan, senior journalist as well. Good to have the both of you. Before I go to them, I just want to set some context in terms of where things are at. What are the governor's options at this time? He's not convinced yet that Vijay has the numbers and therefore no swearing in, no oath taking has taken place. But what are his options? Number 1, invite a pre-poll alliance with the largest numbers, but that is not applicable in the Tamil Nadu case. Number 2, invite the leader of the single largest party. That is Vijay's TVK in this case. Number 3, invite a post-poll coalition supported by MLA letters. In the Tamil Nadu case, the TVK plus the Congress exists, but it is still short of the majority mark. Number 4, a minority government. Invite the party that claims numbers and then order an immediate floor test to prove its strength on the floor of the House. And number 5, president's rule, if no alliance can then be formed. Now, what does the Supreme Court say? What does the Supreme Court say about such a situation? The Supreme Court says the governor must choose a leader who can command majority. Discretion is not untrammeled or absolute. Remember that. Very, very important words. Floor test is the ultimate test of majority. Floor test meaning test on the floor of the State Assembly. And a fractured mandate gives the governor a key role. And remember, it is that key role that the governor is currently playing. But perceptions matter, and it may be seen by many, in fact, is being seen by many, as the governor obstructing Vijay's rightful chance to form the government and take oath as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Madhavan Narayanan, I'll come to you first on this. The last time we spoke was a few hours ago. Things have moved since then. For example, EPS has dashed off to Puducherry. You've got the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu briefing the governor on the security arrangements in the state in the face of protests that are likely to break out tomorrow over the government not being formed just yet. What is your reading of this situation? Do you think it's going to take a few days? Could it stretch on further than that? Welcome, Madhavan.
Yeah, hi Shiv. I think it could take a few days, but since we seem to have more time than we thought, given that the pace is not as fast as one would have expected, allow me the privilege of holding forth a bit on this issue, which is that, I'm reminded of Winston Churchill's famous quote on Russian policy, saying that it's a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. You were mentioning many pieces in this. I was reminded that, let me paraphrase this to say that Tamil Nadu politics is right now in a situation like a jigsaw puzzle wrapped in a game of poker mounted on a Rubik's Cube. You know, I'll tell you why I'm using the analogy or metaphor of the Rubik's Cube, because things seem to be moving where if you move the color in one direction, there is an impact on another direction. This is something like the butterfly effect in, theories of the universe. I will give you an example specifically coming down to, let me, since we are on cricket, let me draw one more analogy which I love. Used to love when I was watching cricket as a young journalist trainee in Times of India. In Shivaji Park and Azan Maidan, you can't make out which game is going on because there are 20 games of cricket going on. So a sixer in one game becomes a catch at slip in another game. I'm deliberately using these metaphors to give the reviewers of NDTV an idea of why things are confusing. Now let me get down to the specifics today so that you know. Edappadi Palaniswamy's visit to Puducherry is very, very significant if you ask me. First of all, it signals that this is not necessarily a breakaway rebel group that is sitting there. It could well be the entire legislative party. And to that extent, it has, if not the blessings, at least the engagement of Palaniswamy. Now, let me see what is the trigger for this. My conjecture, there are people who say that we are conjecturing, but we have nothing more to do except build scenarios right now. There are two nuances here. I'll come to your point later, but the immediate political point is that MK Stalin has told a newspaper yesterday that he would like to watch the situation for 6 months, and TVK has got
6 months.
It's got a people's mandate, so let them rule for 6 months. I read a lot into this because it basically means that the DMK is itself not necessarily going to tell all its MLAs to, put a whip and say vote against them. So which means that there could be a bit of a anticlimax or even a twist in the tail if the DMK keeps quiet, or part of its members are either abstain on a personal note or remain absent, or at least they could, they are meeting the allies.
Understood,
DMK is upset with Congress over the so-called backstabbing, but it could well respect the VCK and the CPI and the CPM and the CPI to, let's say, you vote as you will. And that can actually achieve for Stalin two purposes which are very, very interesting. One is that it will be a message to the governor that you had a governor earlier messing with us, so don't think we will allow you to mess. I would rather have a shaky TVK government than play the BJP's game. The other thing, interestingly enough, is that we could have Edappadi Palaniswamy, who's actually Stalin's arch rival as of now, tested arch rival. Now, it preempts the chances of any horse trading or a deal making. That is why I feel EPS is rushing to Puducherry, because the chances of deal making recede, because this becomes a case of who blinked first. So if the DMK itself is going to
absolutely,
I would like to draw some very interesting historical parallel. SS Rajendran was a DMK MP who, in a famous vote on privy purses in the Central Parliament in 1970, suddenly chose himself to be absent, embarrassing the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. So absenting yourself, not having a whip issued, and abstaining, all options are open, which could give Mr. Vijay a majority. However, let me just complete.
So it is a fluid situation. Just quickly complete. We're short of time. Yes.
Yeah, I think we will talk about the chances of presidents for rule after my friend RK has a say, because there's a lot to discuss, because you missed one important step in the whole game, which is that...
Let's bring in RK. Let's bring in RK to get his view on this. RK, go ahead.
Shiv, let me first give you news. I have not heard a single bit of news for the past 15-20 minutes. I'll tell you what is happening in the three camps. Vijay was closeted with senior advocates and lawyers, trying to discuss for the past 3 hours, trying to figure out if there is a legal way to approach this issue, if they can approach the Supreme Court or any of High Court or whatever. That was what Vijay has been doing for the past 3 hours. Nothing more than that. Second, I mean, you would know more than me, Shiv, that the governor has decided that he will not, unless he is satisfied that Vijay has the numbers, he will invite Vijay to form the government. As you are aware, the left parties and VCK met Mr. MK Stalin at his residence and had a frank exchange of views. Stalin has told them he's fine by any decision that all of them take. He has insisted that that he is okay with them supporting the TVK or coming out with any other statement. So there is consultation going on between the left parties and the VCK. And the DMK party's meeting today, also Stalin is opening up the floor and asking the MLAs to speak. There is no introspection happening there. There are only path forward, way forward, what the DMK should do at this point of time. Should it stand back as a bystander or it should do something more? That will be not decided, but then he will hear out all the DMK MLAs. What Edapadi is doing is that Edapadi is going to tell his MLAs, is it okay for us to actually meet the governor and ask him for a chance to form government, because very simply, Vijay will not be able to muster the numbers. And if that is the case, are the MLAs on his side? Obviously, I think about 40 MLAs are there right now, and 7 MLAs are outside. But they are extremely senior members. You can't buy any one of them. They are in different stages of discussion with different political parties, including the DMK. That is where things stand as of now. Edapadi Palaniswamy wants to take the MLAs into conference and talk to them and figure out if this is the way forward that they want to take. DMK 100% is not taking claim to form the government because MK Stalin has lost and the DMK doesn't want anything else at this point of time. It will definitely not back the TVK. Yes, Mr. Stalin spoke to Times of India yesterday, and before that to me, day before yesterday, where he said, it's okay, about 6 months to 1 year, we can give them time, let them, try and run the government. They made so many promises, they'll not be able to fulfill the promises. But things have moved from there because the rest of the party thinks that's not the approach that they should take. Now that the left parties are extremely reluctant to join TVK, now that the VCK is extremely reluctant to go with TVK for separate reasons. That is, VCK feels that Tirumavalam feels that his party will be completely disintegrated if he joins the TVK, because that's the exact same base, catchment that TVK also is aiming for. And you would know that from an ANA story from Belur, where one of the VCK functionaries has spoken and said we should extend support to the TVK. So these pressures are also acting up on the Tirumavalavan. And you should also remember that Adav Arjuna, who is now with the TVK, was at one point of time with the VCK, has direct line to both Tirumavalavan and friends around him. So all these are factors, and Tirumavalavan is extremely reluctant to join this particular friend. IUML, the Muslims have already decided that they will be only with the DMK. That's the situation as of now, Shiv. I think we will have clarity definitely by tomorrow evening or day after tomorrow morning. So please stay back in Chennai.
I'm definitely staying back in Chennai, Arcade. I love this city. I was born here and I grew up here, so absolutely feel completely at home here. And I'm not going anywhere before, government is actually formed. But what you were saying, and I'm going to come right back to you on that piece of breaking news, Arcade. So stay with me. This is what Vasudha Venugopal, our political editor, is getting to us right now in the form of a news break, that the TVK is confident of getting those numbers that it needs by tomorrow. It has reached out to AIADMK MLA. It is expecting a response from the VCK by tomorrow, and the TVK has reached out to left MLAs again. This is what Vasudha, political editor, is reporting. RK, do you see a pathway to government formation through all these moving pieces? What do you think is the most probable sort of path?
See, the TVK has no, short way to reach 118. It is impossible. Of course, AIADMK will join them. Dinakaran's party's, guy will join them. That makes it 113. Now, where will they get the rest of the number? That's the question. Now, Patali Makkal Kachi is sure shot not joining them. We have not even talked about them in show after show because of the fact that though they are an AIADMK ally, they do not want to join this. Anbumani is very clear that he doesn't want to join, number one. Number two, CPIM, left parties, the CPIM General Secretary, I think, has spoken to somebody, I think the News Minute, wherein he has very clearly said that they will not, they're not considering support to the TVK. They have no idea of no intention of leaving the DMK front at all, because all these people are long-term players. They do not see this as let me use Madhav Narayanan's phrase, T20 game. They are in for the long game. So CPIM is ruled out. CPI, I am not really sure, because there is one part of CPI which says that it is better to let the TVK form government. Otherwise, it will be very bad for the state. We might have governor's rule. In fact, D. Raja has been on record saying that it would lead to a governor's rule kind of situation, which eventually will end up being president's rule. So this is the combination as of now. And VCK, Trima, you should know, by now that he filed his nomination, then withdrew his nomination. Then after that, there have been so many statements. In fact, he felt bad, and he lashed out at the governor and the BJP for saying that the TVK should be sworn in, as in and government should give a chance to Vijay to form the government again. And he has gone back to MKS, and he has said that anything that you want us to do, let us know. And then MK Stalin is right back at him, saying that you should tell us whatever you want to do, and we'll be fine, okay with it. So a lot of moving parts, and I still don't see TVK making numbers at any point, even tomorrow or day after.
Very interesting. Very interesting. R.K. Radhakrishnan saying he doesn't see a clear path towards that government formation. The numbers still do not stack up. And that's also the reason, remember, why the governor is not convinced yet to clear the decks for that swearing in. R.K. Radhakrishnan and Madhavan Narayanan, thank you very much for joining me today. I want to go to Radhika Rarampaswamy, who's joining us from the ground as well on this breaking story. Radhika, the TVK now signaling that it is confident of getting those numbers by tomorrow, but there, as you saw from our guests, there is skepticism about how exactly they're going to be able to get those numbers. Does the TVK know something that everybody else doesn't?
That's right. It looks like TVK might get the numbers by tomorrow, which is why an important meeting took place, Shiv, inside Vijay's residence here. We had a few of the TVK leaders, including Busi Anand, having a strategic meeting. What we are being told is that TVK has reached out to not just the left as well as VCK leaders, but also AIADMK MLA as well. AIADMK, remember, has also got a few seats. They are with the NDA alliance, and they have also been reached out by TVK, is what we are being told at this point. We know that Congress numbers are intact for TVK, but VCK and left leaders are yet to come to a consensus as far as joining the government, joining TVK is concerned. If they also join, we are talking about 2 + 2 + 2, 6 in total, and a few more if AIADMK also joins. But what we are being told is that there was an important meeting after which multiple leaders were sent to different camps. A few to the left camp, a few to AIADMK, and also a few of them having discussions with VCK as well, so that they can convince them of joining TVK as soon as possible, and they can form the government. So this is something that TVK is looking at.
Okay. Okay, thanks very much, Radhika, for getting us that important update. The TVK, signaling for the first time since Vijay's second meeting with the governor that it has the confidence of achieving those numbers by tomorrow. Could it mean that there will be a swearing-in ceremony the day after? We don't know just yet, but Saturday is what everyone is hoping for. We're taking a very, very quick break. The news updates continue with Veera and Vasudha on the other side. Stay with NDTV.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, The stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's Saturday? How to
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
We've got some exclusive pictures from the resort in Puducherry where 30 AIADMK MLAs reportedly without the consent of EPS have gone and lodged themselves. NDTV's Ritu is on the ground and she has obtained these images that we've got from the ground. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs in Puducherry at this point of time. So I just wanted to put that picture on air, exclusive to NDTV. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs who may be inclined towards a handshake with the TVK. EPS, however, their leader is not convinced at this point of time. Vijay Gopal Muralidharan, our correspondent, is outside EPS's residence. I think he is still with me. Vijay, the MLAs who have gone to Puducherry and who are in the resort right now, what is EPS's view about all of this?
Shiv, AIADMK is very clear, they gave clarification saying that there is no any kind of split within AIADMK. They are all united together. But there were confusion at starting because of one section of MLAs wanted to support TVK to form government. Other section of MLAs had a different of opinion over that. But after last evening crucial meeting which was chaired by the AIADMK chief Edapadi K. Palaniswamy at his residence, now it is very much clear they are all united together. But we have to wait for a clear picture how things will go, things might happen because TVK had to form government. Whether Sengotian will play any kind of role here, we have to wait and see, Shiv.
Okay. Veera, you wanted to come in on what Madhavan was saying. Go ahead.
Not just on what Madhavan was saying, also about the story that you're reporting now, Shiv. Let's not forget that 2 days ago we had reported that AIADMK sources told us that 30 MLAs are challenging this EPS decision not to go with the TVK. But I think one needs to moderate that a little bit more. The TVK also, according to my sources, has not officially reached out to the AIADMK. So the question of poaching, question of what's going to happen, because let's not forget that the AIADMK has 47 MLAs. If more than 2/3 of the MLAs decide that they want to go and support Vijay, then the AIADMK technically collapses. That becomes the party. So it'll be very interesting to play that out in terms of the two leaves. So EPS has a lot to negate, a lot to navigate as far as this is concerned. More importantly, there are three options, Shiv, and I just wanted to take a minute more and just take these two options before you. One is the question of the governor and the governor not allowing Vijay to take oath, whether that is obstructing Vijay, who's perceived to have the mandate but doesn't have the exact numbers to show his majority in the floor of the House. That's one very important question, and there are multiple messagings that's been put up. But the other questions also about the TVK. Has the TVK shown inexperience in being able to get those numbers and letters of support before going to the governor? Given that it's taken on the BJP and the DMK, should it have been more prepared to get those letters of support? And the third question is to the left and the VCK on why they're holding this back.
Hello everybody, you're watching NDTV. Veera and I come to you from T Nagar, the heart of Chennai, a city that is witnessing escalating political drama. TVK Chief Vijay has met the governor yet again today. This is the second meeting with the governor in the last 2 days. This was on the invite of Governor Rajendra Arlekar. The governor is still not convinced with his numbers. What happened inside the governor's house, the Lok Bhavan today, and how is Vijay trying to muster those numbers up? We'll tell you all of that and more. First, we'll bring you the breaking news on what is the TVK doing with regard to shoring up its numbers. What we understand from sources is that TVK is extremely confident of getting those numbers that required 118 magic mark by tomorrow evening. It's also reached out to BCKs. To understand it expects a response by tomorrow. A senior leader of the party has met the VCK. It has also, the party have also reached out to the communists. In fact, Nirmal Kumar, CTR Nirmal Kumar has, a senior leader of the TVK, has met with the communist MLAs today, and they expect an answer by tomorrow evening. And an outreach effort has also been made to the AIADMK MLA, is what we understand. This is all being done so that TVK has the numbers to show the governor.
It's actually unfortunate that it's come to this, because Vijay ought to have been sworn in. And I think it's unprecedented, it's unfair, and as some of the several legal experts we've been speaking to have stated, it's unconstitutional. He's clearly the single largest party, the only one staking claim to form a government. He ought to have been sworn in and told to prove his majority in the floor of the House. As Mukul Rohatgi told me this afternoon on the show, Vasudha, majority is not to be proven on the floor of the governor's house or the Lok Bhavan. It's supposed to be proven on the floor of the House with no other claimant. He ought to have been sworn in and given a chance, Vasudha.
Veera, give us a sense of the numbers. Veera, give us a sense of the numbers. Vijay has around 107 MLAs, and then he is short of 6 numbers because he has 5 from the Congress party, and he's expecting numbers 2 each from the CPM, and of course from the communists.
4 from the left, 2 from the VCK will make it 6 more, which is what he needs. He already has 112, which is 107 effective strength plus 5. Because what you need, and you need to understand this, Vasudha, some people were peddling information that it's 233 because Vijay is resigning one seat. It's not simple majority. What you need is an absolute majority to form a government. And I think 118 is the number that he needs. He gets that with 6 if the left and the VCK gives him support. If the VCK refuses or backs out, you've got the AMMK, you've got the PMK, you've got the IUML as the other options.
What we
understand, if you don't want to go to the DMK and AIADMK.
Veera, what we understand from our sources is that the party's outreach to AMMK is not fully complete because the AMMK MLA has evidently and apparently told the TVK leadership that he needs to get permission from TTV Dinakaran, and the chief of the party needs to be approached with a formal invite, is what they've been asked to do. So that's something they're working upon. When it comes to the communists, there is a senior leader who has met them today. They're hoping to get these numbers by tomorrow evening, and this is all because the governor is not convinced with the numbers that Vijay has presented. Vijay is the single largest party. TVK is the single largest party. He's also met the governor twice today, in the last 48 hours. The governor feels that he's not getting convinced or confident that TVK will have the numbers if he gives them the right to take
Well,
the
that's,
vote.
this discretion of the governor needs to be questioned again, Vasudha, and I'm just taking a very strong point on this. It's the question of the single largest party. No one else is a claimant. He ought to be proving this number on the floor of the House. Now, it's much easier once you're sworn in as Chief Minister to get your parties, which is why governors in the past in some cases have been told that you cannot do this because that results in horse trading. But there have been several precedents, including P.V. Narasimha Rao, who ran a minority government, as well as other precedents where parties have been sworn in, single largest parties, when there is no other claimant that's there. And very, very briefly, Vasudha, the left and the VCK are really the question, and how this is going to play out. AMMK, and I think there is also the question of the optics of whether people and these established political forces are blocking Vijay from forming a government.
Absolutely, but then all these parties have come out openly criticizing the governor, so that's one thing, but they're not.
But that's because they want the optics. They're worried about the optics of being seen as the ones who are obstructing him from
They don't want to be
power.
seen as obstructing him. At the same time, they don't also want to rush their support to him. So clearly, timing is the key question here. We're joined by Madhavan Narayanan, political analyst and commentator. We're also joined by Anurag Naidu, who's also an analyst. Thank you both of you for being part of this broadcast. Madhavan Narayanan, at the face of it, this whole playing by the rule book also, doesn't really fly because, like Veera was pointing out, there are enough precedents to state that somebody who has numbers as good as Vijay needs to be invited and he needs to be sworn in as the chief minister. Just politically, how do the optics look like right now?
Yeah, I think we have to look beyond the optics of the morality, which is evident. Everybody, even M.K. Stalin, who's the most important person who should be actually opposing Vijay, seems to be softer than some of his so-called allies. We are looking at Stalin. I just told Shiv Arora a while ago that, Stalin said this government rule for 6 months and then we will see. And he's also not going hard on his allies, pre-election allies, VCK and the left parties. So we have to
I'm
read
sorry,
more
Madhavan
into
Narayanan, there's a piece of very important breaking news right now. DMK calls lack of majority a complicated crisis. DMK has said, DMK in fact has authorized MK Stalin to take emergency decisions now. DMK MLAs have been asked to remain in Chennai. MK Stalin has also met DMK MLAs in the midst of this crisis. Now, all of this comes even as TVK is struggling to get its numbers right. It's not anywhere close to that 118 majority mark, although it is hopeful and confident that we'll get those numbers by tomorrow. Veera, how do you see DMK's position in this? Stalin has met with DMK MLAs. In fact,
Vasudha, the last 24 hours, I've heard this, and even reputed news organizations have reported it, that there's a second-rung leadership in the DMK which is pushing for perhaps trying to find some kind of jugalbandi, or possibly even some kind of talks with the AIADMK to try and form, I think much of this is shooting the breeze. Much of this is wishful thinking. I think Stalin has been categorical and is not interested in that, because remember, it would be a dangerous experiment if any such thing plays out in a state which has not seen.
Veera, we are hearing noises from the DMK and AIADMK camps. I know that the senior leaders may or may not be involved in this, but then there is a lot of...
Vasudha, you must understand that this state has not seen a fractured mandate of this nature where one party does not have a clear majority. So it's obvious bound that this kind of speculations go on there. But when the dust settles down, I don't think anyone can stop Vijay from being sworn in as Chief Minister.
Okay, Sam Daniel is joining us. He just broke the news for us. Sam Daniel, is there a shift in DMK's position now? The party is asking its MLAs to stay back in Chennai. It's saying that lack of majority is a complicated situation. Is the DMK smelling an opportunity in there?
They're not saying anything like that, but indications are, we should say it's clearly our speculation, they're not saying it so. But the resolution adopted by this particular MLAs meet, the first meeting after election, raises concerns about a lack of majority, calls it a complicated crisis, and the need to ensure no communal forces take over. And it authorizes MK Stalin to take emergency decisions, and it wants its MLAs to stay put in Chennai. This comes at a time TVK is desperately trying to prove its numbers. It's still falling short of six seats at least to prove its majority. It comes a day before CPI and CPM will decide whether they would vote or support in favor of TVK, and based on that, VCK is expected to make its decision. It's in this context one is made to think whether the DMK, if TVK fails to ultimately prove its numbers and form its government, is it trying to put in place a government citing these reasons? That's the big question. But I spoke to TKS Ilangovan, the party spokesperson, whether the speculation that DMK and AIADMK are trying to put together a collective government. He said no. He says Chief Minister MK Stalin has clarified that the mandate is not for the DMK, it's for the TVK, and they will do nothing to scuttle. But one certainly looks at the other possibility.
Sam, on one hand, MK Stalin is saying that he will not bring down the government. On the other hand, his party MLAs have been asked to stay in the city. Madhavan Narayanan, I'm sorry for interrupting you earlier. How do you see this bizarre, it's not speculation, because we know some of the people who are involved in this, they may not be the senior leaders. Politics is war after all, sir. Do you see the possibility of something actually happening just because the TVK is unable to cobble up those numbers?
In fact, Vasudha, it's very interesting that Sam Daniel broke the news even as I was analytically heading towards that. Based on, I also saw Sam's story on the web. The DMK is essentially upset with the governor. That is something you have to keep in mind. Please allow me to complete so that, because when you build scenarios, you can't be interrupted halfway. You have to specifically get into the detail. I'm not going round and round the mulberry bush. This is a chronological time frame that I'm trying to establish. And it's in line with what Veera was saying right now, which is that, first of all, DMK calling an emergency meeting implies that Stalin will essentially direct his MLAs as well as those of his allies to do something. And that something need not be voting for or voting against. It includes an absence of a whip. It could include an absence of voting from voting itself, or it could be even abstentions. Let's look at the details of the parliamentary system, which means the magic number need not be 118. It could be less if the number of people present and voting are less than the 234 in the assembly election altogether. So let me draw my favorite analogy of cricket. The parliamentary system has come to us from Britain, and so has the game of cricket. There is a Duckworth-Lewis way of understanding this whole confidence vote, where if VCK and CPI and CPI under an implicit, tacit or explicit understanding from Stalin merely remain abstained or absent, Vijay has got his way home. For a minority government, there are precedents in the central government.
So there's
So you have VP Singh government, we have Chandrasekhar government.
There's a lot of subtext that needs to be read, and thank you for these analogies as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm completely out of time here. It's also time for a short break. On the other side, we'll get you more details on what the TVK is planning to counter this crisis. And as Sam broke that news, how the DMK is looking at this whole situation.
That's right. Stay tuned.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला डिलीशियस हेल्दी एवरीडे
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's happening? How to?
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये हित तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा प्योर मसाला।
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's happening? How to?
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये हित तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा प्योर मसाला।
We've got some exclusive pictures from the resort in Puducherry where 30 AIADMK MLAs reportedly without the consent of EPS have gone and lodged themselves. NDTV's Ritu is on the ground and she has obtained these images that we've got from the ground. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs in Puducherry at this point of time. So I just wanted to put that picture on air, exclusive to NDTV. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs who may be inclined towards a handshake with the TVK. EPS, however, their leader is not convinced at this point of time. Vijay Gopal Muralidharan, our correspondent, is outside EPS's residence. I think he is still with me. Vijay, the MLAs who have gone to Puducherry and who are in the resort right now, what is EPS's view about all of this?
Shiv, AIADMK is very clear, they gave clarification saying that there is no any kind of split within AIADMK. They are all united together. But there were confusion at starting because of one section of MLAs wanted to support TVK to form government. Other section of MLAs had a different of opinion over that. But after last evening crucial meeting which was chaired by the AIADMK chief Edapadi K. Palanisamy at his residence, now it is very much clear they are all united together. But we have to wait for a clear picture how things will go, things might happen, because TVK had to form government. Whether Sengotian will play any kind of role here, we have to wait and see, Shiv.
Okay. Bira, you wanted to come in on what Madhavan was saying. Go ahead.
Not just on what Madhavan was saying, also about the story that you're reporting now, Shiv. Let's not forget that 2 days ago we had reported that AIADMK sources told us that 30 MLAs are challenging this EPS decision not to go with the TVK. But I think one needs to moderate that a little bit more. The TVK also, according to my sources, has not officially reached out to the AIADMK. So the question of poaching, question of what's going to happen, because let's not forget that the AIADMK has 47 MLAs. If more than 2/3 of the MLAs decide that they want to go and support Vijay, then the AIADMK technically collapses. That becomes the party. So it'll be very interesting to play that out in terms of the two leaves.
Some call it feeling, we call it driving. The new Tygoon. Welcome to driving.
नए भारत का नया उत्तर प्रदेश पूरे देश में कनेक्टिविटी के क्षेत्र में रोल मॉडल बन गया है। विगत 9 वर्षों में रोड कनेक्टिविटी से लेकर एयर कनेक्टिविटी और मेट्रो से लेकर रेल कनेक्टिविटी में यूपी नंबर 1 है। प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी के मार्गदर्शन और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के सतत प्रयासों से उत्तर प्रदेश विगत 9 वर्षों में सर्वाधिक एक्सप्रेसवे वाला प्रदेश बन गया है। सर्वाधिक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय एवं घरेलू एयरपोर्ट्स के साथ उड्डयन प्रदेश बन गया है। सर्वाधिक शहरों में मेट्रो यहाँ दौड़ती है। रैपिड रेल पहली बार यूपी में ही चली है। पहला इनलैंड वाटरवे वाराणसी से हल्दिया को जोड़ता है। स्वर्णिम संभावनाओं के खुले द्वार, समृद्धि की डबल इंजन रफ्तार।
With AI-powered systems like the DSU AI Factory, threats can be detected and countered in real time, protecting lives. Artificial intelligence is transforming industry and shaping the future. Behind every breakthrough lies one essential force: compute power. Dayananda Sagar University, we are building a next-generation AI ecosystem where powerful infrastructure meets bold ideas, shaping tomorrow's intelligence.
Create a system to clear my case backlog.
I am the change. It doesn't start with a grand speech or a distant policy. It starts right here in my dustguz, in the simple act of washing my hands, in the choice to keep my family healthy, in the hygiene habits I refuse to compromise on. I am the change from my doorstep to the streets, from my city to the soul of our country. We aren't just dreaming of Viksit Bharat 2047, we are creating it.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's actually how to...
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5, only on NDTV 24/7.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's actually how to...
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5, only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
We we've got some exclusive pictures from the resort in Puducherry where 30 AIADMK MLAs reportedly without the consent of EPS have gone and lodged themselves. NDTV's Ritu is on the ground and she has obtained these images that we've got from the ground. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs in Puducherry at this point of time. So I just wanted to put that picture on air, exclusive to NDTV. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs who may be inclined towards a handshake with the TVK. EPS, however, their leader is not convinced at this point of time. Vijay Gopal Muralidharan, our correspondent, is outside EPS's residence. I think he is still with me. Vijay, the MLAs who have gone to Puducherry and who are in the resort right now, what is EPS's view about all of this?
Shiv, AIADMK is very clear, even they gave clarification saying that there is no any kind of split within AIADMK. They are all united together. But there were confusion at starting because of one section of MLAs wanted to support TVK to form government. Other section of MLAs had a different of opinion over that. But after last evening crucial meeting which was chaired by the AIADMK chief Edappadi K. Palaniswamy at his residence, now it is very much clear they are all united together. But we have to wait for a clear picture how things will go, things might happen, because TVK had to form government. Whether Sengotian will play any kind of role here, we have to wait and see, Shiv.
Okay. Veera, you wanted to come in on what Madhavan was saying. Go ahead.
Not just on what Madhavan was saying, also about the story that you're reporting now, Shiv. Let's not forget that 2 days ago we had reported that AIADMK sources told us that 30 MLAs
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV and this is the Southern View. Veera, a lot has happened today, right from what happened at the Governor's House, Lok Bhavan, to how the TVK is trying very hard to get those numbers just to ensure that the oath-taking takes place and that Vijay becomes the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. But yes,
developments in the state which has not seen a fractured mandate in its history, where you had a situation of this nature where there's a question mark over the future of the government. But of course, many people questioning the governor's actions here, Vasudha, stating it's unconstitutional.
Well, the governor has said that all of this is in line with constitutional propriety. He has said that, he doesn't want to be questioned for giving the wrong person the right job. And he wants to be completely confident and assured that the person who's given the job
He did debate on this on the show.
Yes. But before that, let's take you through the headlines. Vijay scrambles for numbers. TVK's race to 118. The magic mark continues. TVK says it's confident of getting numbers by tomorrow. It's also reached out to the single AMMK MLA now. TVK meets left leader, seeks support to form the government. Left leaders huddle on Friday expected. BCK response to TVK by tomorrow. Meanwhile, over 40 AIADMK MLAs have been shipped off. Yes, Edappadi Palaniswamy to meet pro-TVK legislators today. EPS has ruled out support to Vijay. After a historic mandate, TVK and Vijay's hunt for the right kind of numbers, the magic number of 118 continues today. He met the governor. The governor was not pleased or convinced with the numbers that he showed. The governor wanted more clarity. He wanted names and names of parties and people who would support him. Now, this has, of course, led to a political fight, but TVK has to muster those numbers by tomorrow is what we understand. Vijay has already reached out to the VCK and to the Communist parties. Veera, help us understand the state of numbers here. Vijay has around 107, but he needs 118. He already has the Congress with the TVK, which means he's at 113 now.
That's right. You've already understood it really well. There's nothing for me to help you understand. You've already stated the numbers out. But I think it's the question of the governor's actions. And we'll put it to your panel of guests, Vasudha, when they join. It's the question of the governor's actions. Single largest party by a mile. No one else is taking claim to form a government. Has the governor's actions led to a situation where we could have a precipitation of multiple dangerous experiments? Because we believe the DMK spokesperson who was supposed to join us on the show just in a bit from now, Vasudha, messaged me saying that the party has instructed no MLAs, none of their spokespersons to be speaking on shows. What's the DMK calibrating? What's happening within the other political forces? Extremely interesting to watch. But of course, many would question, is Vijay being obstructed from taking charge rightfully as the chief minister and then proving his majority in the floor of the House? And it's bad optics for anyone who's stopping him from doing that.
Well, we have Anand Srinivasan of the Congress Party. We also have Ramsamy Mayappan as a political analyst. Before we take your views on this, let's take you through the reactions that have come in from different parties.
In politics, first of all, it's been 2 days, okay? And some of the other parties that you mentioned, I'm sure they're considering. I think what we have to remember is, what are we talking about? Let's not forget the larger context. The larger context was, what was the mandate about? What was the mandate by the people of Tamil Nadu? The mandate was for change. The mandate was for Mr. Vijay. And the mandate was for secular progressive politics. Because Mr. Vijay made it very clear from day one that they are ideologically secular. So this is what the people voted for. Should we or should we not respect the people's mandate? So anyone that does not help Mr. Vijay fulfill the people's mandate, respect the people's mandate, they are actually betraying the people of Tamil Nadu.
The TVK chief sent a letter to our party. Our state committee meeting tomorrow morning. So we will decide our state committee meeting. After that, I will convey our decision.
Mr. Vijay has returned to CPI, CPM, and our parties in Tamil Nadu, they have called the urgent meetings of the state leaderships, state secretariat, executive of our party. They are going to discuss. And after all, as left parties, we have a democratic process of taking decisions. So they will have discussion there. They will consult the national leadership also.
Majorities are not tested in the Raj Bhavan or in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. These questions of majority and minority always belong to the House and should be tested there.
Well, there's a lot of suspense over this oath-taking ceremony of TVK's Chief Vijay. But what's happening behind the scenes? What has led to this? Here's a report.
This was supposed to be Vijay's coronation moment. After storming Tamil Nadu politics with a historic debut, TVK emerged as the single largest party with 108 seats in the 234-member assembly. But power needs 118. And that missing number has turned victory into suspense. The question on everyone's mind: when will Thalapathy Vijay finally take oath as Chief Minister? 2 meetings with Vijay within 24 hours, and the governor is not convinced about the numbers. At the second meeting called at the behest of the governor on Thursday, Vijay was asked pointed questions. How will you form the government with 113 MLAs? Which party will support the TVK government? Can a stable government be formed with 113 MLAs? How will you prove majority after oath? Can action be taken on assumption of future support? Do you have assurance of additional backing? The governor later issued a formal statement stating that the numbers are not on Vijay's side yet.
Governor has very clearly asked him one big question. How are you going to prove that you have 118 numbers and where are these numbers going to come from? Give me an idea. And I am told by sources inside the governor's office is that while he has tried to talk about where he could be getting numbers from and that he needs time and all that, the governor has been very cordial with him. He needs some time to look at these numbers. He wants to be completely convinced and confident that the man that he's inviting to form the government will eventually end up forming the government and will not fail at the floor of the House.
The TVK has intensified its efforts to cobble up the magic number. With 5 MLAs from Congress on its side, Vijay has a total strength of 112 behind him, leaving him short of just 6. TVK has again reached out to VCK, CPI and CPM with 2 MLAs each that can take TVK to the majority mark. But VCK and left are taking their own time to decide. The constitutional position is clear that the governor can use his discretion to invite the single largest party to form the government and ask for a trust vote in case it is clearly TVK. But the governor is insisting on majority before the oath, a position not sitting well with the legal experts.
I think the governor's action is unconstitutional. Mr. Vijay's party is ahead of the pack by leaps and bounds, and he is within touching distance of a majority. The law is that majority has to be proved on the floor of the House. He should ask Mr. Vijay, you take over and prove your majority in 4 or 5 days.
As the TVK tries to make up for the shortfall, the party may also explore legal options against the governor's decision to delay. Bureau Report, NDTV.
A lot of suspense over when and if the oath-taking of Vijay would take place. Anand Srinivasan is here with me from the Congress party. Mr. Srinivasan, a lot of people feel that it's also the Congress TVK alliance that has sort of unnerved a lot of other people. What is the Congress thinking of this situation? Where is your support for TVK now?
We are 100% behind the TVK. And it is very funny that people like Gurumurthy and the RSS and the BJP are making a puppet of the governor and the constitutional office. We have been saying for a long time that there has been an emergency unannounced. This is as clear as it can get. A man has won 108 seats in the assembly. He is short by about half a dozen, and he should comfortably clear the halfway mark. There are several judgments starting from the Bombay judgment, and several judgments where it clearly lays out that the Raj Bhavan is not the place for floor test. The space for the floor test is the assembly. The governor is well within his rights to say, I will give you 5 days, 7 days, whatever days he wants.
We've stated this point unequivocally. There have been legal experts who've stated this point. My question is a little deeper right now. What's your message to your erstwhile ally, the DMK, the VCK, and the left? The left is part of the India bloc in New Delhi. No, are you worried that they may be part of us?
No, I am not at all. We are not at all worried. This is a great news for us. The longer you guys push Vijay out, the North Indian media, the BJP, the RSS, people like Gurumurthy, Tuklak, the communities you keep us on the waiting. The people of Tamil Nadu are watching. We are a very emotional people, and we are going to come back with a vengeance. It can happen today.
This is emotional people. Ramsamy Mayappan, Anand, yeah.
Whether it is 6 months, people of Tamil Nadu have waited to put Vijay in power. Even I was very surprised by the result. All of us were surprised by the number he got. The number was extraordinary. The people of Tamil Nadu have spoken. They want Vijay as the chief minister. No constitutional functionary can deny him his space.
No, it's a point that's been stated. We've stated this repeatedly, and I just want you to say that not everyone's against you. When you're on this one, not everyone's against you. There are those who've also agreed with some of the points that is being made, but there are many other questions also that's been raised. Yeah.
Mr. Mayappan, optically it's not going to look good for the centre, when the governor does something like this. I know that he may be playing by procedures. We also buy his argument, but everybody knows that Vijay has people's mandate. Tell me, isn't that something that people of Tamil Nadu would be feeling today?
Vijay has people's mandate in the first past the post system. He's got 108 that have gone past the post. The governor is not the centre's representative. The governor is appointed by the president's representative. He has a constitutional duty to do two things. One, right from Article 169 to 173, and from the SR Bommai case all the way to Navam Negi, to do one thing.
This is happening repeatedly with Jananayakan as well. We saw the CBFC. There are so many movies.
No, but there is a question here, Ramaswamy Mayappan, 108 plus 107 plus 5. They've got 112. There is nobody else near the vicinity of taking claim to form the government. Is it not the job of the Lok Bhavan, sir, to make sure that there is a government that's formed in a state? I mean, there is no one else. The opposition, the principal opposition party, the DMK, has said that the governor must allow Vijay to be sworn in. If he can't prove his majority in the House, then it's a different story. But isn't it incumbent that we give him the chance to prove his majority on a floor of the House?
Absolutely, but I think the governor is helping Vijay, and I'll tell you why. Because if Vijay had to take time after being sworn in, the Supreme Court says within 24 hours, 48 hours, you will have to demonstrate your majority. Now he's got the time to interact with all the possible allies or anyone across the aisle and get them together. And it was his mistake first, rather than go with his 108 in number, to say that I have 113 along with me and not submit the annexure.
No, this is a devious argument, I say. He needs to be proving a majority on the floor of the House.
We also have Madhavan Narayanan with us and also Anurag Naidu. Both of them are commentators. Madhavan Narayanan, you see the TVK reach out to smaller parties now. Would you sort of for a moment even think that it would have been possibly better for the TVK to think of a party like the AIADMK, because if you're talking about politics, that would have been sorted, and also the numbers would also be on his side?
Two things, Vasudha. One is that if he had reached out to AIADMK, it would have been somewhat going against his own grain, because he launched his party as a third force in Tamil Nadu, where he was not exactly excited about AIADMK, but tactically he kept silent and did not emphasize anything on AIADMK in order to target Stalin better, because it's ordinarily accepted in politics, and particularly in parliamentary politics, to prioritize the adversaries so that you attack the bigger one first. In fact, the DMK right now is prioritizing where the governor seems to be a bigger one than even the TVK for the DMK. That's the signal, that's the body language that MK Stalin is conveying. So, and then reaching out when you have got a people's mandate has its own dynamics, because logically you would have expected the governor to invite him first. And we've past 24 hours, we have gone through the paces of the governor not playing ball, like in spite of all the legal advice that you have been reporting extensively on. So it is a tricky situation where I think we have to, again, I'm back to my favorite word, which is chronology, because some things are chronological rather than conceptual when it comes to going through the paces. So it is, the moment is right now ripe for...
Anurag Naidu, your views on this, because here the spokespersons already have very opinionated views on this, and this also seems to be creating a political divide, because if the Congress is supporting TVK now, it's also not in any position to tell the DMK, which is already accusing it of betrayal.
Yeah, I think DMK has, this is in the interest of the DMK to stay out and be a constructive opposition, because then they have a good chance to coming back with a good majority in the near future. And
but
also,
DMK has already
it also makes sense for Vijay.
Out and will not hold back the government, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's one thing. They have also got a strong numbers as an opposition party. They're not a wiped out party. So they have got good number. Let's understand that. And they have also got a mandate to respect, let's understand Vijay is the choice of the people for the chief minister post. And there is no doubt that he's a single largest party. But while we're talking about the governor, it is also governor's primary duty to ensure that the person invited to form the government is likely to command a majority support on the floor of the House.
Okay, let me
And
bring in
governor
Veera here.
can
Anurag Naidu
legitimately
saying it's
ask
the
for the
governor's
letters of
primary
support
duty
or
to give the
clearer
job
proof
to the right
before
person.
administering the oath.
No, you know, Anurag Naidu needs to respond to this question. Anurag Naidu, I cannot hear what you're saying, but I think the point is very clear. Because TVK went with the Congress, immediately the sense is, the perception is that the governor's office and Lok Bhavan is victimizing the TVK. You know, when you say it's the right person for the job, you know, you are talking of the mandate. Let's have the mandate very clear. This is not about two coalitions which have come very close, somebody cobbling up the numbers.
Yes.
You're talking of a fractured mandate, yes, in a state which has been decisive in its mandate so far. So it's a new situation in the state. Vijay is categorically the single largest party, not by a few seats. He's a categorical single largest party by a mile. 108 with the Congress. He's showing 112 effective majority in the floor of the House. There's only 6 members left. Why not give him the chance? Mukul Rohatgi to Aryaman Sundaram to top legal experts have called this unconstitutional and absolutely unacceptable. They've said that the governor must call Vijay, swear him in and allow him to prove his majority on the floor of the House, because they say majority is not to be proven in the floor of the House.
Naidu, this is not about politics, this is about the Constitution.
Vasudha and Veera, I'm going one step ahead. I'm also saying that Vijay is the most popular choice by the people of Tamil Nadu for the post of the chief minister. I'm saying that. There's no doubt about it. But the governors, see, I doubt if it is constitutional. We are using the word constitutionally bound. No, the government can legitimately ask for the letters of support for clearer proof before administering the oath, because governor can expect a stability. Now, it is a conventional practice. You're true. Conventional practice says that you have to call the single largest party, ask them to take a floor test and prove. Now, in this way, the government is well within its rights to ask them to produce a letter which gives them enough confidence that there will be a stable government.
Okay, your point taken. Anand Srinivasan, I hear from my sources that the Congress party is also providing TVK legal advice. You're also doing what you can. But wouldn't it have been better if the Congress party had also taken, along with its own leaders, the numbers of the communists and also VCK? It would have become a formidable alliance, isn't it?
First and foremost, the Constitution of India is very clear. It has been clarified by the Supreme Court by various judgments. The Supreme Court is the one which interprets the Constitution, not Amit Shah, not Gurumurthy, not the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Gurumurthy has fundamentally, if you know, those who have followed Tamil politics, know that Gurumurthy and Joe Ramasamy have played dirty tricks in the past. He asked OPS to go and do meditation in front of Jayalalitha's tomb. The BJP, the RSS want to meddle with Tamil Nadu politics. They meddled and destroyed a proud party of the Tamils. A party of the great MGR was destroyed piece by piece, dismantled by Amit Shah and the RSS. Same way, behind the curtains, Gurumurthy has given an interview saying TVK has to tie up with AIADMK. The desire of the RSS, Gurumurthy, Amit Shah and the governor is that they should form an alliance with AIADMK and make Edappadi the chief minister.
Ramsamy Mayappan, all of this is circling back to the constitution debate, something that has really hurt the BJP in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Isn't the BJP a little apprehensive that that can also repeat?
I don't think the BJP is in play here at all. BJP is the one who's been affected. If you look at Maharashtra, you look at Yadiyurappa, Nawab Negi, all of it is where BJP has been affected. So they're not the ones who are going to be going and doing this. But let me say this. What the governor is doing is, the governor has got one statement from Rameshwar Prasad's judgment in 1996 and 2006. Subjectivity and objectivity. So he's got to be subjective in his decision making just on one position. I'm not going to say the governor is not going to call. The governor is going to call him. It's only a matter of time for the governor to wait and see if someone is going to throw their hat in the ring or if they are going to just wait for someone else.
There are constitutional experts, and I must point this out very clearly. You see, there is a very different situation when you have somebody sworn in as chief minister to take the majority. I want to ask you a very simple question. No, forget you being a lawyer. I want to ask you this question. Every AIADMK and DMK leader I've spoken to has said, sir, if any of us are seen or perceived by the public as having obstructed Vijay from coming to power or forming a government after this mandate, we're going to be punished by the electorate. None of us have the wherewithal to face an election. I want to ask you this. Is the BJP, is the AIADMK, is any other party ready to face another election in Tamil Nadu?
It is for Practically, they may not be, but it is for them to come out and say, we are going to abstain from voting. Do they have the ability to come out and say today that when the floor test is done, that they will abstain and Vijay does not...
You know, Vasudha, sorry to interrupt you, but there's an important question here. Does it also show political inexperience to not get the numbers? Look, politics is not a fair game. Even if there is going to be unfairness,
the Constitution is very fair. The Constitution and the Supreme Court has mandated a certain formula. The governor is a constitutional office appointed by the president on the advice of the Home Minister. What Gurumurthy and my friend on the other would like is Boji Rajan, the lone MLA from BJP, to be called to form the government. Given him 5 years time. Given him 5 years time.
So Veena, okay, let me take one question from Madhavan Narayanan. Madhavan Narayanan, from all that you have sort of seen in the past 3 days, what do you expect tomorrow? Do you anticipate Vijay getting those numbers, or do you see some other thing happening in the state?
I expect Vijay to get the numbers. Most important, the technical requirements of the governor to either invite Vijay to form the government, or at least ask him to go to the floor to prove his majority. One of these two things has to happen in the next 48 hours. And I expect statements from VCK, CPI, CPM, and possibly even AIADMK to suggest in a way that the governor will be forced to invite TVK to form the government or prove the majority on the floor of the House. So I think we are going through the paces of this whole thing. And I also want to draw your attention to Kamal Hassan, who's pretty close to MK Stalin, publicly saying that TVK should be invited, because this is sort of it shows political maturity, because he does have the mandate, however shaky, whatever, So he says in a tweet on X that not calling Vijay to form the government is insulting the mandate of the Tamil Nadu citizens. So I think coming from a Stalin ally, I see it as a straw in the wind to be interpreted, and we'll see formalities of this playing out tomorrow.
It's also very important here. MK Stalin has said that he will not pull down the government, but DMK has also asked its MLAs to stay in this city. Do they see an opportunity in this crisis?
Before I get to that, one very brief point, Vasudha. While the governor's being questioned and the actions is one part of the story, and it's truly rightly so, there's also needs to be a question on whether Vijay has not been able to have an outreach with leaders of political parties, inexperience in a sense, to make sure that he's in direct talking terms with them to get the kind of numbers. The time will answer that.
But he will say that I'm in touch with people. No,
you're in touch with people, but the optics of throughout the election campaign hasn't been one where Vijay has reached out to political leaders. So I think that's also perhaps something in terms of evolution as politician. But as far as the DMK is concerned, extremely interesting. DMK and the AIADMK have not seen a situation like this in Tamil Nadu. AIADMK is fighting for survival of the two leaves. The DMK has been pushed to be the principal opposition party in the state. Now, I believe there are multiple sections in the DMK, and it's been reported by reputed dailies, trying to see if they can gobble up numbers. I think that would be a dangerous experiment, and I believe that the top leadership of both parties is very, very reluctant and has put a block to those.
Let me also tell the viewers now, Veera, as to why the spotlight is on the Lok Bhavan, or the governor's house. Why is the governor become so important? Remember, actor-turned politicians, Vijay's party, TVK, secured the maximum number of seats, but then he has been called by the governor 2 times in the last 48 hours. He's not been able to prove his numbers. The governor remains unconvinced, and Vijay is trying very hard to get those numbers on his side. He has reached out to VCK, the communist, and also the AMMK today is what we understand, and he's expected to get those numbers by tomorrow according to TVK sources. But remember that he has to convince the governor. BJP, on the other hand, has reacted formally to this, saying that they don't want to attack the governor because he's just going by the principles of the Constitution. Here's a report on what really happened and what to expect next.
Manikamji, what you have to say on this entire episode unfolding? We have seen second time TVK Chief Vijay going to Tamil Nadu governor there, and then the governor saying that first you need to prove the numbers, then only you will be able to stake claim to form the government.
The people has given their mandate, and it's a clear-cut mandate for Tamil Nadu that there should be a secular government in Tamil Nadu. The BJP has been reduced and rejected in Tamil Nadu. They are having only one MLA. And the people of Tamil Nadu have voted in favor of a secular formation under the leadership of Mr. Vijay. And we are very clear with Congress support also. We had extended, he asked for Congress support. We had extended our support. Therefore, it is very clear on constitutional basis also, as single largest party, Mr. Vijay has to be invited to form the government. Why the governor is doing this politics, I don't know. Whether the Delhi leadership of BJP or Mr. Amit Shah, whose directions the governor functions, is having a play into it, we don't know. But we hope that the governor plays according to the rules and regulations, and we all know that law of the land is that whomever is the single largest party should be asked to take oath, and they have to be asked to prove their strength in the floor of the house, not in the Raj Bhavan.
So since Congress party has decided to go ahead with the TVK, there are also comments coming in from the DMK leaders who are calling the Congress party as backstabber, as parasite, and someone who has been associated with DMK for very long, and then now taking a stand with TVK. How do you respond to it, sir?
They had been voted out of power. Therefore, they would have the frustration we can see from DMK. The people has rejected DMK, and we are also being collateral damage. Congress also has faced the collateral damage. Because of them, we are also lost 17 MLAs seats we are lost. Therefore, it is very clear that the administration was under DMK, and 15 ministers of them lost. People voted against DMK. And therefore, to say that we are backstabbers, we are parasites, we are in opposition. We have been voted out.
They feel betrayed, they say.
Therefore, what we are saying is that we have to save Tamil Nadu from secular politics. Secular politics, Mr. Vijay fought against BJP. Therefore, he should be allowed to form a government. He is not having the mandate. We are having 5 members mandate. Therefore, we are supporting a secular government. What is the problem in it?
நாங்கள் ஏற்கனவே பேசினது தான் சிபிஐ சிபிஎம் விசிகா எங்கள் கூட்டங்களில் கமிட்டி கூட்டங்களில் முடிவு செய்த அந்த முடிவு அறிவிப்போம் நாங்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கிறோம். அதை விடுதலை சிறுத்தைகளுடைய தலைவர் தெளிவாக காலையோடு சொல்லிட்டாரு. எனவே நாளை மறுதினம் கூட்டம் இருக்குது. அந்த கூட்ட முடிவில் நாங்கள் சொல்லுவோம்.
We have given our official letter. Already this has been sent. We have given our official letter asking for another support. It has been done.
How does the TVK look at the delay by the governor? How do you look at the delay by the governor in asking you to form the government? How do you look at the delay?
See, you know that as a single largest party, governor should call us for to form the government, and our leader should be sworn as a CM. Let us wait for the reply from the governor. Thank you.
Do you contemplate legal action? Do you contemplate legal action?
What did CPM say now? Are they giving you any positive vibes? Are you getting positive vibes from BCK, CPM and CPI? We'll get back to you. You get back to you. Are you forming the government on 9th? I'll request all of you to wait for one day and we'll get back to you. Are you forming the government on 9th?
Governor and the Raj Bhavan is not the place to prove the majority. It is the floor of the house where the majority has to be proved. So governor just cannot make a time pass of showing that he is calling Vijay and just sending him with the same message. When he called on him yesterday, it was the same thing. Today also it's the same thing. What has changed? Nothing has changed. So why Honorable Governor has to call Vijay if there is nothing changed? Now, as per the laid down practice in India that is followed, democratic practices that are followed, various Supreme Court judgments are there, and Sarkaria Commission is very clear on its observations.
So why is the governor not getting convinced with Vijay's numbers? So the governor is doing the right thing. He's just standing by the constitution. Multiple views there, but like Veera says, the mandate is clear of what the people want, and it is for Vijay.
Very briefly, Vasudha, Kushbu Sundar has tweeted that when people have chosen the CM, it's as a citizen of Tamil Nadu state, when people have chosen their CM, he should lead. This is Kushbu Sundar from the BJP. I think there are voices within the BJP as well. And I'm telling you, this is an emotive issue that cuts beyond. There are voices within the BJP itself which seem to be suggesting that it's perhaps time to swear him in, Vasudha.
Absolutely. Ramswamy Mayappan, as somebody who is a little affectionate towards the BJP, what would have been the right thing for according to you, for TVK and Vijay to do? Because he is very clear that he wants to go with the Congress. That's a lot of people have told us that he's convinced, committed to that secular ideology, but he's also not very confrontational with the center. Do you think that the right thing or the smart thing would have been to go with the AIADMK?
It's not about the smart thing. I think even smarter thing would have been for Vijay not to declare affiliation to anyone until he went to the governor. He should have approached the governor with 108.
So you're saying approach as a single largest party and then gone with the numbers?
Political subtlety matters for everyone. Mayawati has done that. MGR has done that. He's been in alliance with Indira Gandhi, but also talking about a year. Karunanidhi has done that. He's been in the center since 1989 all the way to 2021.
You wanted him to be like a Jagan.
I think the point Ramaswamy Meyyappan makes is very important, Mr. Anand Srinivasan, and I forget your hat as a Congress person. Vasudha, when you don't have categorical numbers, it's time to play the game well. And I think there is... One minute, let me finish before you join. I mean, I'm saying, we're not... No, I'm just saying that is it not important? What he's saying is, possibly could have handled better. Perhaps a lesson for the TVK, I don't know.
Let me say, there has been a history of the BJP and the RSS attacking Vijay. There was a movie in which he questioned the GST. It was repeatedly pointed out by a BJP leader that he is a Christian. Nowhere in India will a Hindu majority state vote overwhelmingly in favor of a Christian. Tamil culture is the only culture. I'm proud to be a Tamilian.
If they wanted to...
Biggest lesson for me today is that when we don't get a TVK spokesperson, you can get a Congress spokesperson.
But if they wanted to go after Vijay, they could have done it earlier, no?
There have been income tax raids. There is a petition in the High Court saying that he has filed his income tax wrong. There should be a PMLA case against him. And for a Christian, he is a Christian. His name is nobody knew his name was Joseph Vijay till H. Raja announced it to the world. Then you have another functionary who is a semi-spokesman for the RSS.
I will add one thing. There's a constant position that the BJP should be upset with this. The BJP is benefited by the Congress joining the TVK. What happens in 2029 is the TVK stays here. Every other party looks at a long-time ally, the DMK is dumped. All regional parties don't join. It becomes a three-way contest. And in 2029, it becomes a pro-BJP.
At the end of the day, there's a history of Gurumurthy, who has spoken for the BJP, talking about an alliance between TVK and AIADMK. There is a precedence of H. Raja calling him by a Christian name, though he didn't use it. There's a precedent of several income tax raids on him. There is a precedent now of a High Court case against him demanding PMLA. If this is not...
The point that I was raising, the point, all this, I get it. Those are points that's been raised. I raised a very different point.
It is fundamental right. You cannot, fundamental right. You can deny it. You say that you deny his right.
But Vasudha, I am now supremely confident because since morning...
The irony is that the TVK has not announced a protest. It's the Congress party that's protesting.
So what I'm trying to say, Vasudha, is that through this whole government formation thing, the one thing we've not been able to get is a TVK voice.
Yes.
You see, TVK spokespersons, now DMK is also not joining. But it's now the Congress that is speaking on behalf of the TVK.
Yes.
At least we have a spokesperson from the Congress. What the BJP is also not talking about it.
The BJP doesn't have to. They have one MLA here. They are not decision-making here.
Okay.
The BJP is going to be happy about 2029.
Waiting for a long time. Madhavan Narayanan, you saw the debate that's happening here. If you don't get a TVK spokesperson, the Congress is overwhelmingly supporting him now. Is this newfound love? What is this? Okay, we'll try fixing the connection with Madhavan Narayanan.
Vasudha, politicians are not speaking. The ones at stake are not speaking. It's only journalists who are speaking and analysts who are speaking.
Anurag Naidu, the bonhomie or the chemistry between Congress and TVK now, is it just the honeymoon period, or do you think that this is going to last till the parliamentary elections of 2029?
Yeah, part of the package, Vasudha. It's a part of the package. And Congress, for sure, it's here with TVK for the long term. They'll also get some support from Delhi in the Supreme Court with the big wigs like Abhishek Manu Singhvi and the legal team standing up. There would be some value that Congress would like to bring in. Otherwise, with 4 or 5 seats, I don't know what value they're going to bring. But one thing I don't understand, as you rightly said, Veera, and that's some point that was running in my mind. What did they gain by taking this letter of support from the Congress and going to the Raj Bhavan? If they had not taken, what did they gain? Forget about what they lost, but they did not even gain anything. He could have gone in and said that, okay, these are the set of 108 MLAs that I have. Allow me for the floor test. And also, I'm given to understand
The allies have met MK Stalin, and IUML, Muslim League leader Mohideen has also met MK Stalin. Sources have told NDTV that Muslim League will support TVK only if MK Stalin doesn't object to this. DMK sources have said BCK left parties also met Stalin.
Vasudha, just to put this into perspective, the alliance with the DMK for the VCK, even for the Congress largely, and the IUML and the left, has been one which has been deeply ideologically intertwined. Whether, whatever, no matter what people say, it's been an ideologically consistent alliance after 2004 that was forged with the Congress. It saw the 2G era and it survived that. So there have been multiple blows with it, but it somehow survived that alliance. The same with the VCK and the left and the IUML. You see, what happens when you break out? Everyone's looking at their future in terms of what's going to happen. So I think it's incumbent upon Vijay and the TVK to convince the smaller parties and the allies that they're in it for the long term. And I also think that a lot of allies, the DMK, while it's been an ideological ally, has been a brute force which has not shared power in the state. So it would be important, all the small parties would also be, their eyes would light up at the possibility of a coalition. So it's up to the TVK to convince them that it's perhaps a long-term relationship, and perhaps even for the Congress to convince them so that they get the numbers.
And also address the trust deficit that these smaller parties have been speaking about. Let's also listen in to reactions that have come in from the DMK allies, specifically from the VCK.
We received, and the percentage of votes ADMK received, the TVK received, is very marginal. So people are with us still.
Sir, TVK City Kumar met with CPI, CPM, BCK. How do you feel, sir? They are the part
they have met our leader. They are part of our alliance. They have to consult their national leadership and then come back to our leader. Then we will discuss.
இதுவரையும் நாங்கள் யாரையும் சந்திக்கல. கடிதம் வாட்ஸ்அப் மூலமா அனுப்புனாங்க. தொலைபேசியில அவர் இந்த மாதிரி அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கோம்.
What is next? Leader speaking. Peter, take us through this whole Muslim League leader Mohideen saying that he will support the TVK if MK Stalin does not object. You were talking about the personal political equations that many of these parties have had with DMK for a long time. It's different from what the Congress has had. It was easier for the Congress to break away and join the TMK. It's not going to be easier for the BCK or for the Communists or for Muslim League.
It's not easy for the Congress largely. I mean, while the Congress has broken away and taken off and gone with the TVK, and the Congress wanted, a large section of the Congress wanted a pre-poll alliance with the TVK and did not go through, they will still have to deal with their MLAs. Let's not forget that at the grassroots, these parties have very strong equations with each other as far as the MLAs is concerned. As far as the IUML is concerned, Vasudha, whether it's the Tirupparangundram issue or any other issue, the minorities have seen the DMK, and this is not today or yesterday. In fact, M. Karunanidhi, having gone with the BJP in 1999, faced the backlash in 2001 when he lost the election. And I think that was realization for the DMK that they cannot alienate the minorities. The DMK has a very strong base with the minorities, and the IUML going away will be a very calibrated decision. They cannot take it in haste, because what's going to happen in the next election and the future is something they will look at. Which is why I'm saying a lot depends on the optics, the messaging from the TVK and the ability to convince all these parties down there.
Srinivasan, a Muslim League leader making it very clear that until MK Stalin gives me the green signal, I'm not going to do this. That also shows that the DMK still is dominant. It's not a party that's been wiped out. They still have the numbers.
Nobody said that, no, it is nobody's case, nor the Congress case, that the DMK is wiped out. What we have said and what our leader has said, this is a time to protect Tamil Nadu from fascist and communal forces. Along with Kerala, we are the last bastion of secularism in India. We do not want the entry of BJP. The people of Tamil Nadu have rejected BJP. In 2024, they had 11%. Let me finish.
Because until the afternoon of 4th of May, the statement of the VCK and the Congress was that the TVK was the birth child of the RSS and the BJP. So now the birth child of the RSS needs to be brought to power. And according to them, the hurdle is the BJP and the RSS. But the Congress is the one that wants to catapult them and take them to office, sit them on the throne. So that's a surprise. But let's look at that politically. There was a contract between them and the DMK before the 3rd of April. That who will form the government, what will happen in Rajya Sabha. who will support them. They got a Rajya Sabha ticket. Is the contract broken now? Will they resign from the Rajya Sabha? Will they change their ideological position to the DMK? Are they now anti-polar or antithetic to what the TVK
First of all, we have not said, we never said it's a birth child of the RSS. Like Veera pointed out, there was a large section of the Congress party which wanted to go with TVK before the elections. 41 of our leaders were sent to Delhi. There was a lot of discussion took place. Everyone's view was heard. Finally, the leadership made a decision to go with
Basically, the Congress is politically opportunist. You saw the results and you had to jump ship.
No,
that's how people will say.
No, they won't say that. If Vijay, no, please allow me. I never interfere. No. What I'm trying to say, if Vijay had got a majority, he wouldn't have needed us. We wouldn't have gone. The point is, he didn't get a majority. The RSS and my friend Mayappan and his friends wanted a backdoor entry through Bojaraj and to make Bojaraj with a 1 MLA CM, like they didn't.
Okay, you want to
Yes. See, I think the people's mandate has to be respected. It's not about 108. The people's mandate is also a fractured mandate. The people wanted to ensure how the government functions, what the government functions with, how they're able to reach across the aisle. All of this is part of the people's mandate. So that has to be respected in entirety.
Okay, so there's a lot of
to decide
so there's a lot of muscle flexing happening, but I agree with Mr. Srinivasan that the Lok Bhavan is not the place for that. If Madhavan Narayanan is here with us, but yes, Madhavan Narayanan, very quickly, you told us what you expect tomorrow, but the fact that, Muslim League also is saying that, they will go to TVK only if MK Stalin doesn't object to it. Okay, there seems to be a problem with the connection with Madhavan Narayanan. Yes.
There are 2-3 things here. Everyone will be holding their cards close to their chest. Muslim League's not important for the TVK as yet. If it comes, it's great. But 4 from the left and 2 from the VCK gives them the numbers, right? Now it's the question of whether there will be what kind of other permutation combinations going to be there. Let's not forget 2 things. So 2 important points. One, to form a government, you don't need a simple majority, you need an absolute majority. Correct me if I'm wrong, which is 118. But once you've formed a government, you never know what's going to happen. There could be many, and I don't think here in a floor test, the DMK or the AIADMK can vote to prevent this. Go ahead, Vasu.
No, absolutely.
Can be.
But on the 4th of May, Veera, none of us really expected or anticipated the situation to turn up like this, isn't it?
I think many people expected a hung verdict, but they thought the DMK would have the numbers and cobble up the numbers. No one expected the TVK to be categorically the #1 force in the state. Well, the TVK, though, expected that they will be the #1 force, not by 108, but 180. But what? The people's verdict has thrown up a fascinating time for political news, but also an extremely worrying time, Vasudha, for a state which has not seen such uncertainty.
Every day is a new day with the numbers getting better and, of course, the political fight getting more intense. With that, it's time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.
Our Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. What's Saturday? How?
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. What's Saturday? How?
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. What's Saturday? How?
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
We've got some exclusive pictures from the resort in Puducherry where 30 AIADMK MLAs reportedly without the consent of EPS have gone and lodged themselves. NDTV's Ritu is on the ground and she has obtained these images that we've got from the ground. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs in Puducherry at this point of time. So I just wanted to put that picture on air, exclusive to NDTV. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs who may be inclined towards a handshake with the TVK. EPS, however, their leader is not convinced at this point of time. Vijay Gopal Murlidharan, our correspondent, is outside EPS's residence. I think he is still with me. Vijay, the MLAs who have gone to Puducherry and who are in the resort right now, what is EPS's view about all of this?
Shiv, AIADMK is very clear, they gave clarification saying that there is no any kind of split within AIADMK. They are all united together. But there were confusion at starting because of one section of MLAs wanted to support TVK to form government. Other section of MLAs had a different of opinion over that. But after last evening crucial meeting which was chaired by the AIADMK chief Edapadi Palaniswamy at his residence, now it is very much clear they are all united together. But we have to wait for a clear picture how things will go, things might happen, because TVK had to form government. Whether Sengotian will play any kind of role here, we have to wait and see, Shiv.
Okay. Veera, you wanted to come in on what Madhavan was saying. Go ahead.
Not just on what Madhavan was saying, also about the story that you're reporting now, Shiv. Let's not forget that 2 days ago we had reported that AIADMK sources told us that 30 MLAs.
Welcome back. While the TVK is busy managing the crisis with numbers, trying to cobble up numbers of legislators to get that magic mark of 118, the AIADMK is having drama of its own. In fact, some of the AIADMK MLAs are now staying at a resort in Puducherry. They have taken off from Chennai and they have they're all there in a resort in Puducherry. Edapadi Palaniswamy, the General Secretary of AIADMK, in fact left from Chennai today evening to meet these MLAs and to convince them to return to the party. These are MLAs who are hoping for an alliance with the TVK. My colleague Ritu has been covering them since morning today, and this is the report that she sent.
Edapadi Palaniswamy is finally over here right now at a private resort where all the MLAs are being kept in Puducherry at a private resort. There you see in our visuals, Edapadi Palaniswamy has finally arrived at the private resort where the meeting is going to go on. You have the supporters basically chanting slogans as well over here. Earlier in the day, the MLAs were kept in different resorts, but now finally you see all of them were asked to gather at one particular location at a private resort. Now finally you have the APS entering here. What's really going to happen, that needs to be seen, because there were of course all that talks out saying that there's somewhere the fear of the poaching as well, with what's really panning out here in Tamil Nadu. But of course the TVK has made it clear saying that they are not right now officially seeking the support of the AIADMK. Then why this fear is something the question is also getting arised as well right now. There you see Palaniswamy finally entering the resort. For how long the discussion is going to go on, that needs to be seen, and what's really going to be on the table, that will be very important for us to understand. With video journalist Kumar Rituraj Purohit for NDTV in Puducherry.
Well, trouble is brewing inside the AIADMK camp. What we understand is that a group of MLAs are staying at a resort in Puducherry. Now, all of this is being led by former Minister of AIADMK, C.V. Shanmugam. Edapadi Palaniswamy has reached this resort. Now, all of this is also happening because the AIADMK, a section of them, also feel that they want an alliance with the TVK. That's what we hear from sources. But the AIADMK is clear that nothing is possible with TVK until an alliance of the TVK exists with the Congress party. Here's a report which will tell you what's happening within the AIADMK and what can we expect from the party.
The TVK wave broke Tamil Nadu's Dravidian dominance and now could possibly be rattling a few more feathers. Thalapathy Vijay's miraculous win stung the DMK, causing their age-old alliance with the Congress to snap. And now, the other Dravidian giant, the AIADMK, is also feeling the Vijay pinch. Earlier reports suggested over 30 AIADMK MLAs were willing to back the TVK, aiming to help Vijay form the government. And the possible defection naturally caused fissures within the EPS faction. As anger simmered within the party, the age-old tactic is now center stage once again. Resort politics, but this time to reportedly challenge the EPS faction. However, the AIADMK on record have denied reports of anger and rebellion within the party.
Madras city la political heat அதிகமாகி போச்சு. பாண்டிச்சேரியில் கொஞ்சம் கூலிங்காக இருக்குது, இங்கே வந்து தங்கி இருக்கிறாங்க ரெஸ்ட்டு. 40க்கும் மேற்பட்ட எம்எல்ஏ இங்கே இருக்கிறாங்க. இன்றைக்கி இல்லை நாளைக்கு கழகத்தினுடைய பொதுச் செயலாளர் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு தாய் போலன்றவர், பிள்ளைகள் வந்து வீட்டை விட்டு வெளியில் தங்கினா போய் பார்ப்பாங்கல்ல, அம்மா எப்படி இருக்கிறீங்க போகிறீங்கன்னு, அந்த மாதிரி வந்து பார்க்குறதுக்கு வருவார்.
According to sources, since the crack of dawn, over 25 pro-TVK MLAs within the AIADMK have now been moved to resorts in Puducherry, and hence fears of MLA poaching are rising within the EPS caucus.
AIADMK MLAs are now moving to different resorts. Multiple resorts in Pondicherry are getting booked, and right now the NDTV is exclusively in the other resort where that set of MLAs are basically moving in with their luggage as well. So they will remain to stay in this particular resort in Pondicherry for next couple of days is what we are given to understand as well. So not in one resort but at the multiple resorts that the AIADMK MLAs will continue to stay. Now needs to be seen, the political drama is on and is only increasing here in the state. How is it really going to happen? Because the AIADMK has made its stand quite clear as well about not basically going in support of the TVK. They said they remain to be united. There's no fractionism.
It is also to be believed that this move was arranged by former Jaya cabinet minister CV Shanmugam without EPS's consent. Although TVK sources suggest Vijay is not keen on a tie-up with the AIADMK, a potential split within the party could potentially blow this Tamil Nadu political thriller wide open. Bureau Report, NDTV.
So many questions remain unanswered there, and tomorrow is going to be an important day as well. Remember that the TVK is reaching out to several smaller parties, including the VCK, the Communists. And now what we hear is that TVK leader Arun Raj has also gone to meet Muslim League leader, who has basically said that he will support the TVK only if MK Stalin, the supremo of DMK, agrees to it. A lot of it is playing out behind closed doors. We saw what's happening with the AIADMK as well. Tomorrow we'll probably and hopefully have more answers to all of these questions. With that, it's time for a short break for news and updates on the other side.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's happening? How to
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज.
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Saigal. What's happening? How to
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Saigal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। है अरे मेरे राजा सबका राजा और प्योर मसाला
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Rajendra. What's happening? How to
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा सबका राजा और प्योर मसाला
We've got some exclusive pictures from the resort in Puducherry where 30 AIADMK MLAs reportedly without the consent of EPS have gone and lodged themselves. NDTV's Ritu is on the ground and she has obtained these images that we've got from the ground. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs in Puducherry at this point of time. So I just wanted to put that picture on air, exclusive to NDTV. First pictures of the AIADMK MLAs who may be inclined towards a handshake with the TVK. EPS, however, their leader is not convinced at this point of time. Vijay Gopal Muralidharan, our correspondent, is outside EPS's residence. I think he is still with me. Vijay, the MLAs who have gone to Puducherry and who are in the resort right now, what is EPS's view about all of this?
Shiv, AIADMK is very clear, they gave clarification saying that there is no any kind of split within AIADMK. They are all united together. But there were confusion at starting because of one section of MLAs wanted to support TVK to form government. Other section of MLAs had a different of opinion over that. But after last evening crucial meeting which was chaired by the AIADMK chief AIADMK Palaniswamy at his residence, now it is very much clear they are all united together. But we have to wait for a clear picture how things will go, things might happen because TVK had to form government. Whether Sengotian will play any kind of role here, we have to wait and see, Shiv.
Okay. Veera, you wanted to come in on what Madhavan was saying. Go ahead.
Not just on what Madhavan was saying, also about the story that you're reporting now, Shiv. Let's not forget that 2 days ago we had reported that AIADMK sources told us that 30 MLAs are challenging this EPS decision not to go with the TVK. But I think one needs to moderate that a little bit more. The TVK also, according to my sources, has not officially reached out to the AIADMK. So the question of poaching, question of what's going to happen, because let's not forget that the AIADMK has 47 MLAs. If more than 2/3 of the MLAs decide that they want to go and support Vijay, then the AIADMK technically collapses. That becomes the party. So it'll be very interesting to play that out in terms of the two leaves. So EPS has a lot to negate, a lot to navigate as far as this is concerned. More importantly, there are three options, Shiv, and I just wanted to take a minute more and just take these two options before you. One is the question of the governor and the
Good evening and welcome. Thanks very much for joining us here on this special edition of the Buck Stops Here, coming to you live from Kolkata. This is a state which had the entire country looking at it for what the mandate would be like. You had thought that after the results are out, there would be celebration, that finally the issue would be settled. But unfortunately, there seems to be an effort to try and smear the mandate with blood. What has happened over the last 3 days should be a serious cause for worry for not just West Bengal, but the entire country. Because what has happened is that we've seen a series of incidents where people have been attacked. Bombs were thrown at workers of the BJP in Panihati. And then, in the worst case of all, Chandranath Rath, who is the personal secretary of Shuvendu Adhikari, the man who is slated to be the next chief minister of West Bengal, was shot dead in a cold-blooded, targeted killing. In fact, CCTV footage has now emerged, which shows just how meticulous the planning was, how his car was identified, it was tailed, there were motorcycle riders who drew up right next to him, and then within a matter of seconds, it was all over. At point-blank range, with the use of a Glock pistol, Chandranath Rath was dead. One other person, the driver, was also injured in this attack. And now eyewitnesses and Shubhendu Adhikari are saying, they are laying the blame squarely at the door of the Trinamool Congress, saying that the orders for this killing came right from the top.
और एक आदमी रो रहा था तो हमने बोला क्या हुआ, तो बोला जो गोली मार के भाग गया किसी ने। तो हमने बोला जो बॉडी दिखाओ, हम पहचान पाता है कि नहीं। शीशा दरजा गाड़ी का कार का दरजा खोलने के बाद हमने देखा जो वो पड़ा है, उनका खून निकल रहा है, तो तभी जिंदा था। तो हमने बोला जो एक काम करो, उनको हॉस्पिटल लेके जाओ।
लेफ्ट साइड से गोली किया चंद्र को, दूसरा गैंग ने विटनेस खत्म करने के लिए राइट साइड से ड्राइवर का लेफ्ट साइड में किया। कितना प्री प्लान कूल ब्लडेड मर्डर, वो अभी नाजुक है। उनका साथ बीजेपी पूरा खड़ा है, उनका ट्रीटमेंट का जितना भी जरूरी है वो हम कर रहा है।
আমি তো এখন সন্তান আর মা বাবা আমার কোল খালি। আমি চাইছি দোষীরা শাস্তি পাক। আমার সন্তান আছে, আমি চাইবো না তাদের ফাঁসি হোক। যারা এই দুষ্কৃত কর্ম করেছে তারা যেন যাবজ্জীবন জেল খাটে। নতুন সরকার এলে আমি যেন তাদের বিচার পাই, এইটুকু আমার মনে আশা।
The question though is, who is behind this killing? Yes, you would say that finger pointing is but natural, but at this stage what is critical is that there are leaders within the TMC, former TMC leaders, people who are still a part of the Trinamool, who are saying that there seems to be a bigger, more diabolical plan underway, where there are certain figures within the Trinamool who have suddenly changed their stance, who are masquerading as BJP workers. They are going around carrying out attacks, attacking establishment, attacking people. Is there an effort then? And that is the really big question. Is there some kind of plot underfoot to try and create a situation where West Bengal, even after it has given a clear mandate, is somehow thrust into chaos?
বিজেপির ছেলেগুলো বলেছে একটু রাস্তাটা খালি কর, রিজুদার গাড়িটাকে বার করে দে। নাম্বার 1। নাম্বার 2, 4 তারিখ বিকেল 5টার পরে যারা স্বঘোষিতভাবে বিজেপি হয়ে গেছে, যারা সবাই তৃণমূল ছিল এখন স্বঘোষিতভাবে বিজেপি হয়ে গেছে, ফেসবুকে এখন জয় শ্রীরাম লিখছে, তাদের কিছু তাদের মধ্যে থেকে 4 তারিখ রাত্রেবেলা আমার বাড়ির সামনে মদ খেয়ে অকথ্য ভাষায় খিস্তি খেয়র আমার মা একজন ডাক্তার, নন পলিটিক্যাল, প্র্যাকটিসিং গাইনোকোলজিস্ট, তাকে অনেক রকম থ্রেট দেওয়া, আমার স্ত্রী অরাজনৈতিক একটা প্রাইভেট কোম্পানিতে চাকরি করে, তাকে অনেক রকম থ্রেট দেওয়া হয়েছে, এবং আমাকেও অনেক গালাগাল দেওয়া হয়েছে। যেহেতু আমিও তো দলের পক্ষ থেকে ভোটের সময় প্রাণ পাঠ করে লড়াই করেছি যেটুকু আমার ক্ষমতায় ছিল।
এই 3 জন হচ্ছে বর্ধমান জেলাকে শেষ করে, শুধু এই বর্ধমান জেলা নয়, সারা বাংলাকে শেষ করেছে এই অরূপ বিশ্বাস। এই জন্যই আমি মানসিক করেছিলাম এটা যাতে হারে, আল্লাহ ফাটা বেরিয়ে দিয়ে যাবো, তাই দিতে।
আচ্ছা, আরো দুজনকে দেখা যাচ্ছে, তাদের
সম্বন্ধের না, রবি চ্যাটার্জি, অরূপ বিশ্বাস, 3 জন, 3টি তো হেরেছে।
কি মানত করেছিলেন?
আরে জানো 3টে।
বলছি, আপনাকে টিকিট না দেওয়ার পিছনে কি এদেরই হাত?
এদের হাত,
হ্যাঁ,
100%। আর এই অভিষেক ব্যানার্জি আইপ্যাক টাকা চাইছিল 20 লক্ষ, টাকা দিয়ে
टीएमसी के कार्यकर्ता का कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का पटका डाल के, झंडा उठा करके वहां पर आगजनी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, माहौल बिगाड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये फ्रस्ट्रेशन के कारण किया जा रहा है। ये जो टीएमसी है ये किसी भी हद तक जा सकती है।
हाँ, टीएमसी के लोग बीजेपी का झंडा लेकर के और जहाँ तहाँ जो है वो अपना कसर जिसे झमेला है बदला ले रहे हैं। झमेला वो बीजेपी का झमेला नहीं।
Violence what is being seen in West Bengal, it is not done by BJP. The common people who were oppressed because of the misrule of TMC, they are doing it suo moto, and There is no link of BJP absolutely in this entire incidents, whatever has been done after the election.
And joining us now on this special edition of the Buck Stops here to really deliberate on that question from the Biswa Bangla Gate, the iconic landmark of Kolkata, we have with us Rajshri Lahiri, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We also have political analyst Tausif Ahmed joining us. We also have Rohan Mitra, leader of the Congress, with us, and consulting editor NDTV. Jayanto Ghoshal, senior journalist, is also joining us. In a while, we'll be joined by Kanchan Gupta. But I want to first start by asking you, Tausif Khan, what is happening? How is it that after there is a clear result, what is the point of killing people? Why should the man who is the personal secretary of Shubhendu Adhikari be assassinated in this cold-blooded fashion?
It's very disturbing that such kind of killing is taking place. But are we surprised? I would say no. I mean, during the election phase, we saw zero violence, thanks to the, we may give the credit to the presence of central forces. But what is happening post-election is very, very disturbing. What gain one stands from this? I don't understand. It's not clear to my mind who will gain what by this kind of madness.
So Shubhendu Adhikari is saying that he beat the Trinamool Congress, he defeated Mamata Banerjee. That is the reason why his secretary has been killed. This is an effort to try and send out an example that we may be out of power, but we are going to come.
This kind of a speculation, does not really sit in with anybody. We don't buy this theory unless after the investigation we find a material pointing out to somebody with some motive that this person was killed. It's very unfortunate. You see, overnight shift of foot soldiers, changing the flag and, joining the party in the rule is understandable. This happens every time there's an election in Bengal.
It is understandable to change your party, but it is not understandable to put on a saffron safa, a saffron scarf, and go and attack other people while wearing a saffron scarf. That is basically, you are trying to create a narrative, a false narrative, that the BJP is attacking people, that the BJP is indulging in arson, whereas it is actually members of the Trinamool. And it's not me who's saying it, by the way. What has Riju Datta, who was one of the spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, he's come on record to say that the day when counting was taking place, he went in the direction of his house. When people were celebrating, the BJP guys let him through. They did not even smear a beer on him. But people who were earlier from the Trinamool, they were pretending to be BJP. They came and abused him, his wife and his father.
You're right. This kind of reports are there. And therefore, the onus is on the BJP leadership that they identify and they stop this, TMCification of BJP if they really are, if they really are interested in seeing, not any, who they called as the anti-socials of Trinamool, the goons of Trinamool. If they really want this goon culture in politics to stop, they should stop TMCification of BJP. It really is the work of the BJP top leadership. If they would really
the onus is on you, Rajshri Lahiri, of two things. One, to prove these charges. It is very easy now that when murders have happened, look, the TMC has also said 3 of our workers have been killed since the counting took place. You didn't focus on that, and now you're accusing Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee of engineering this killing. Where is the proof?
Firstly, through your channel, I bow down to the people of West Bengal and the entire nation for standing behind us in winning Bengal. Thank you so much, India. And now, what is the spokespersons of Trinamool Congress, not just Riju Datta, but Kohinoor Majumdar, have spoken yesterday, that Abhishek Banerjee believes in vendetta politics, even internal vendetta politics. He's very revengeful sort of a person. It's said by Kohinoor Majumdar on air, on another television. Who is Chandranath Raut? Personal secretary to Shubhendu Adhikari? Shubhendu Adhikari, who has defeated Mamata Banerjee in Bhabanipur. Abhishek Banerjee is also a resident of Bhabanipur. Abhishek Banerjee has lost Diamond Harbour Assembly in his Lok Sabha constituency. Falta election is due on 21st of May. So it's we who have done that. Now, looking at all these things and what Trinamool spokesperson is speaking, so who would be the ultimate beneficiary to take the revenge and to satisfy the megalomaniac Everybody says that there are megalomaniac rulers. So that's what he's doing.
Why would Abhishek, why would you are naming Abhishek Banerjee and Mamata Banerjee, what would they gain? They would know that if now that they are out of power, you will come after them.
Not just Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee, I'm also highlighting day before yesterday. Just look at the social media live that Madan Mitra did. He spoke out his heart and it happened. Who were the people? What was the secret? Zyada mat bado, dekh lenge, aage kya hoga? In his life, in his Facebook live, look what he has said. And who were the people who were present yesterday evening at Mamata Banerjee's residence? What was the secret meeting that took place? Who were the leaders?
All our MLAs.
Are you sure? All the MLAs or specific MLAs? Subhashish Chakraborty, South 24 Parganas, who said Hindus should not be allowed to vote in 2019-21 elections. Terrorists were caught from the ward from where his wife is a councillor.
What are you saying? That Mamata Banerjee held a meeting where she was planning this kind of violence?
She was looking at how the things were getting executed.
Okay. So, serious charges here from the BJP. The BJP spokesperson is saying that Mamata Banerjee, when she held that meeting, it was with MLAs and leaders where a plan was being made to teach people a lesson, to teach BJP a lesson, because they have beaten the TMC and more specifically, they have beaten Mamata Banerjee in Bhawanipur. Do you think that that is what is happening, that there is an effort to try and punish those who beat the TMC? Jayant,
I think this killing, firstly, we should condemn. But I don't know this script that Mamata instructed for the Supari killing, and then someone gave money, and then this unidentified, this car was also, there is no number. And now police is saying that we will, we hope to get the criminal. But
there was a fake number plate on the car.
Fake number plate. So it is done by some professional killer. So to blame Abhishek and Mamata, politically it suits BJP. I am not saying anything who has done it, but Agatha Christie's detective fiction always said that who is the beneficiary. That should be the first premises of this thing. And now, through this killing, Suvendu is upset because he was the man Friday of Suvendu. Whole election he conducted. So it's a personal, loss also, not only. But if TMC is involved in this thing, I am not ruling out anything, but investigation. Now BJP is in
who
power.
Stands to benefit? You quoted that victim. Who stands to benefit?
We are blaming Mamata and Abhishek. So the blamed already, everybody, nobody is saying that BJP has done it to get the mileage. It's a bhayankar ho jayega tab. That is, I don't believe that theory also. That TMC is saying
what
that.
What would anyone gain out of killing Shubhendu Adhikari's PA?
So I think the...
And this is not the only one, Jayant. You've had a bomb attack in Panihati. 5 people have been injured there as well. You've got earlier a few offices which were vandalized, but then also TMC offices have been vandalized.
That I want to complete this. That in the election, it was peaceful, zero tolerance of violence. We appreciated the EC's role. But this sort of political, murder and clashes, that actually created the perception that still West Bengal is not violence free. And Suvendu said, pretty long time, there is a legacy of violence developed. So we are trying to combat it, but still lot of moles also in the system. So political killings now, this is a legacy of TMC, and we have to find it out, and we will
No, but
stop
are you saying
this.
these are rogue elements within the TMC who are acting when you say moles?
Maybe. It's an extension of bad CPMism is TMC.
Okay. Are these just CPM, are these just TMC rogues which are acting in this fashion, Kanchan Gupta? There was a lot of social media commentary I heard through the day that when TMC wins and there is violence, TMC is blamed. when TMC loses and there is violence,
let's
then TMC
not,
is blamed. Why?
no. Let's not be so simplistic about it. There is a video which has now come to the fore. In one of his election rallies, we have Abhishek Banerjee saying or telling Shubhendu that or BJP to keep your wrath safely. Otherwise, I will turn it into an ulto rath. That is, ulta kar denge. And the person who was murdered last night was Chandranath Rath. Okay. So, if you are looking for circumstantial evidence, here is it. Here is the evidence. Which Rath was he referring to? And why did he suddenly have to bring up something like this in an election speech? Number two, I do not buy into this whole thing that this is violence engineered by some rogue elements or something. So long as TMC exists as an entity, so long as TMC exists as an organization, as a political organization, there is going to be violence. Because this is an organization which was born in violence, which has survived in violence, has flourished in violence, and for violence is oxygen of life.
But there are three of our guys were killed. In the last 3 days, three people of TMC are killed.
No, I'm not care. I don't care what the TMC is saying or what Mamata Banerjee is saying. I'm just telling you. I mean, if you ask me, this is my assessment and my view. So when one second. When
TMC was ally
when I didn't disturb you. When I didn't disturb you when you were speaking. So when CPM was there, till such time the CPM became a cipher. Till such time the CPM was defanged and it became a footnote of Bengal's political history. The same thing would have applied to the CPM. So long as it existed, there would be violence. So I have no doubt in my mind that it's an uphill task, and the new government will have a big, it has to deal with it in a very firm manner. Because yes, and
no, but I have a very simple question that if in the genesis TMC, the violence, it is in the DNA of TMC, then when she was cabinet minister in NDA, rail minister, that time BJP never realized that they are the product of violence.
Everybody points out that she was part of the NDA. When she was part of the NDA government, I was in the PMO. You would remember that. And I have a very clear perception and I have a very good memory about what happened during those days. Every second day she would throw a fit. She would refuse to come for cabinet meetings. Someone had to be sent to Calcutta to mollycoddle her, to sort of calm her down. She is a person who is not given to stable politics. Again, I come back. I mean, in 1972, if the Congress had not used the army to conduct the state assembly election in West Bengal, and Siddharth Shankar Ray had not become the chief minister, there would have been no politician called Mamata Banerjee today. She is a creation of that criminal enterprise which came to power and was here in power in West Bengal. You have to only read about the violence that was perpetrated by that government. Chhatra Parishad, which was the students' wing of Congress. And again, you remember Rabindra Sarobur, what happened over there on Kishore Kumar night. You have to remember, they call a band and they throw a bomb into a packed bus. A pregnant woman dies. Bengal has seen everything. So that's why I say that, Mamata Banerjee is someone who has grown in politics through street violence. The TMC was born in violence. It thrived in violence, and it will continue to remain violent till such time it exists.
And the Congress has a very unique position in all of this, Rohan Mitra, because I remember on the 29th of April, Rahul Gandhi himself tweeted about Devdeep Banerjee, who was a Congress worker, He was the first casualty of this election. He was brutally beaten to death in front of his wife and child. Horrific visuals which were caught on CCTV. Now when you have members of the BJP being murdered, who do you hold responsible? Because at that time, Rahul Gandhi said very clearly, and I want to quote his words were, कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता देवदीप चैटर्जी की चुनाव के बाद टीएमसी से जुड़े गुंडों द्वारा हत्या कर दी गई, बेहद निंदनीय है. He had squarely named the TMC के गुंडे. So if TMC के गुंडे killed Devdeep, have they also killed Shubhendu Adhikari's PA?
Padmaja, you know, coming last after hearing everyone, I just wanted to just start with something, you know. Going back to the 2021 elections, Bengal voted for the TMC. It was a perfect election and there was no violence during the elections. There were 7 phases election. There was a Shitolkuchi event which had happened, which resulted in the Trinamool winning. That was the time, and the COVID was very rampant at that time. Without sounding, I just want to be very fair here. There was this kid called Abhijit. Abhijit
Sarkar.
Yes. You see, they killed his puppies. So, you know, when we are discussing why people murdered someone, you know, it's just violence and those kind of thinking, like maybe 5 of us standing here with you and your crew, we can't think that what goes into thinking and killing someone. But when you have that kind of precedent, like winning an election should be celebrated. It's a time in Bengal where you give some sweets and celebrate with your people. This whole violence which we've grown up in Bengal and heard about it, I was hearing everyone else speak about it, that the 70s, 80s, 90s, without going back, why is this new generation we are talking about? Chandranath was a young person. The people who are murdering each other, they are all young people. This kind of violence, and nobody is speaking against it.
I have to stop you there.
One point. The fact was what the TMC got wrong, in my opinion. They wanted to be this all-India party, but their leadership, they never spoke out, which I will give some credit to the BJP. Their top leadership is saying that we condemn this violence. But when 21 this was happening, no one in the TMC said a word against it. They did not stop it. So today, why Chandranath is killed? I think the police commissioner, whoever's in charge, they must investigate and give us who's murdered this person, because
I want to stop you there for a second, Rohan, because this is what happens. You know, this kind of monkey balancing that the Congress continuously finds itself doing perhaps is the root of the problem. Your people get killed. Do you know, when I traveled to Behrampur, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's people said that he is being constantly attacked by the Trinamool, and yet you never have your leadership name the TMC and say that our people are being attacked.
No,
how can they? Trinamool, I mean, Mamata Banerjee is a creation of the Congress.
No.
At that time,
What do you mean, no?
She was given this. Trinamool was a brainchild of the NDA. The brainchild of the NDA. She was in the power with the NDA. You were in the PMO.
I just explained
what was going on.
Irrespective of whoever gave birth to Trinamool, in this day and age, when Rohan Mitra comes out on the streets, he will be attacked by the party right now.
Absolutely.
And you have to name the problem to solve it.
What you're saying is absolutely every Congress worker in Bengal stands against the TMC more than any other party. We're saying it.
If murders are happening, boss,
He did say it.
No, he didn't.
He said it during his speeches.
Your office yesterday was viral because Congress people, CPM people were breaking open the locks on their offices,
Yes,
which had been occupied by Trinamool.
TMC.
So
That's
bolo
what
na,
I'm
bhai.
saying. No, we are going to say that. That's what I'm saying. But some Gandhi had a word with Miss Banerjee. I don't know what the conversation turned out. There's a bigger issue for him. He's talking about the election commission. He's
on the lives of your karyakarta.
Absolutely against the Trinamool Congress in Bengal.
He went back, Rohan, and supported Mamata Banerjee.
That's diplomacy. That's politics as well.
In my view, I have a question. Under the Congress regime in Bengal, were there violence? Yes. Under the CPM regime, yes. Under Trinamool, yes. And now, during this transition phase itself, we are seeing that while BJP CM is yet to be sworn in, but technically now BJP can control very well the police and entire administration. Yet we see the incidents of violence. No political party can say, I am clean. This is the mentality of power corrupts, and this mentality of larger than life, I can kill anybody, anytime, anybody, and then nothing can happen to me. This mentality has to be attacked, and this mentality is present everywhere.
Yesterday, I saw BJP General Secretary West Bengal Jagannath Chatterjee in his district telling the BJP guys that don't attack them, and there should not be any clashes. We should not behave like TMC. And you know, in my family members, we are watching this television. Everybody was appreciating that BJP's new role. So BJP is not saying कि इसको मारो.
And today morning 5 a.m. while I was sleeping, my wife got up because there was a bunch of people on the bike right from outside my door. They were riding on the bike and they were saying, using most of the filthy and abusive language and saying goli maar denge and then saying JSR. So what is this? Who will stop all this?
पहली बात, let's make the distinction. They were saying JSR नहीं, जय श्री राम बोल रहे होंगे. But yeah, it's not okay to say कि किसी को गोली मार देंगे. बताइए, how can you absolve the BJP of what happened according to what Tausif is saying?
You talked about Riju Dotto. Have you heard the entire?
I have, yes.
Okay. You've heard about two names. What were those two names? It's standing right in front of you. He's taken my name because his in-laws were heckled. By whom? By the Trinamool, not by BJP.
Explain the context because the viewers may not know entirely.
Yeah.
I'll just give a little bit of backdrop. So Riju Datta put out this video where he said that after the counting, I was going back to my house. My driver is a Muslim. I was sitting in the car. And when I traveled through that area, BJP people were celebrating. He named Rajshri and he said that at that time, the BJP guy said, it's okay. Do not smear gulal on him. Do not attack. Do not sloganeer. And they let me pass through. That is what his claim is. And then he said, late at night, some people who were earlier in the TMC now claim themselves as BJP supporters on Facebook, came to his house, shouted abuses against him, his wife, and his elderly father.
After that, his in-laws in Sonarpur were heckled on the next day, which he has also spoken in his complete video. And he called up me early in the morning, and I called up Sonarpur police station and asked them to take care of those, because by that time I had gathered the information that they're not BJP karyakartas over there.
No, but Rajshri, you know, it is easy. It is too easy, all of this. I mean, some people can argue that maybe Riju Datta wants to now change to the BJP. So he is peddling a narrative that you want to peddle. Because people are getting attacked in the TMC. Their offices are being broken. You know, you had Kalyan Banerjee put out videos of how his camp office was burnt. So now you are trying to put out the narrative. I will just finish up coming to you.
It is also, whatever Kalyan Banerjee is saying, it's done by their people only, not by us. It's not Riju Datta. Then I'll have to tell you some more incidents. In Sonarpur, yesterday, I went and I had, helped two Trinamool people to get back to their homes. Not only over there, in Metia Buruj, the councillor of 136 ward, his sister's child, who was abused by Trinamool and by Congress people and CPM in front of Bichali Ghat. I'm sure you have the video. If you do not have the video, I will show it to you. The young boy was stripped naked in Kolkata port in front of Bichali Ghat yesterday.
By who?
By Mukhtar, who was a Congress candidate. Because... Okay.
So wait a second. Are you trying to say that, that BJP is the only benevolent party? It is helping
No. Let me
and
just...
CPM, TMC and Congress are attacking each other.
Padmaja, let me explain a bit to you. Yesterday, the BJP issued a full statement. I think it was a 3-paragraph or a 4-paragraph statement, making it very clear that at any cost, law and order will be maintained, that nobody should be attacked or harmed, that the BJP is committed to the safety and security of every individual, irrespective of that individual's views, and that, again, come what may, they will stand firm on this.
But even a TMC
No, they haven't. No. There is a difference. No. Padmaja. Sun to lo. TMC issued a statement. We regret the killing. But
and
three of our people were killed. So are we then arguing that 3 of our people were killed? That's why we went and killed them?
No, they are saying
No,
that
no,
we
no,
don't
no,
know who is killing all these people.
Let the TMC spokesman say that. Now, why are you saying it? Huh? TMC is saying that got killed, he got killed. So 3:1, and we are settled now.
They are saying
So that's what I'm saying.
running
See,
riot.
listen,
We are not behind
I
it.
was with the BJP, state BJP president for the better part of this afternoon, discussing various things, among them the issue of law and order. He is very clear in his mind that even if it means being firm with supporters, he will be firm with supporters, but law and order has to be maintained. Because from day one, the BJP would like to send out a very clear message to investors, to the rest of the country, to Bengali expatriates at home and Bengali expatriates abroad, because they expect a certain change, and that change will happen. The BJP's commitment is dharmic. The TMC's whole approach is adharmic. The two cannot be equated over here.
It's a clear instruction. It's a clear instruction from the Prime Minister. He has also spoken that we want to end this culture of political violence in Bengal, which has been continuing from the Communist Party regime.
But then are we to believe that whenever a BJP person is attacked, TMC is doing it, and whenever a TMC person is attacked, they are killing each other? Is that what we're supposed to
It
believe?
is the spokesperson who are themselves stating.
Padmaja, then are we to argue that someone comes from Mars to do this violence?
No, I think the point that Padmaja was saying, that if TMC goons is attacked, we blame BJP goons. For how long can we just paint these killings with a political party? Can we not rise up and say that criminals are criminals, whether belong to this party or that party?
Of course, yes.
And
Let me
stop
give you one example.
these criminals. Today, if you are complaining these are BJP goons, and tomorrow if you absolve them in your own party, like Trinamool did with CPM goons.
Let me give you one example.
Our debate is all
What thoughts?
2021 Kolkata Municipal Corporation elections, I was beaten up badly by whom? By Chandrima Bhattacharya of Uttar Damdam, who resides in Rajbihar.
We all have the examples.
No, just a minute. Uttar Damdam Bidhan.
Then give your examples.
Let me just put it
Because
here.
the Congress never gives examples. You know, it is always made out to be a TMC versus BJP, and the Congress constantly
Name for some kind of violence. Yes, we are part of, we are in this moment where we are part of the opposition, where the BJP is in Bengal in power right now, but we have condemned the TMC for every atrocity which has happened in Bengal for the last 5 years. It's a different story. Well, let me finish.
Very interesting. During the campaigning phase, Rahul Gandhi came and made all sorts of allegations against Trinamool, and yet after the results were out, he was calling up Mamata Banerjee. What is this? The workers of Congress are confused. Please explain.
No, Tausif, today you're not standing.
TMC are confused.
No, but Tausif is not representing TMC today, so I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Just let me put it out there. No, it's ironic that what everyone is saying about the Congress, but the fact of the matter is there's a bigger issue for the Congress. We have a different politics which is happening here. We're not just talking, the violence is not for us to condemn. We are condemning it all this time.
Delhi mein dosti, Bengal mein kusti.
No, it's not about dosti and kusti. It's about the fact is you are supposed to be in charge today. It's not the Congress which is supposed to take care of the violence.
Minister has not even taken the oath. Wait for some time. Let my chief minister. Okay, then I have to say that who killed Sanjay Gandhi, how the chief ministers of Congress got killed, nobody knows.
No, but
what happened to Indira Gandhi?
You need to stop it.
Save your own
the
prime
onus
minister.
is not on us. The onus is on the BJP right now. The
What were you
double
doing?
engine Sarkar is in power today.
What were you doing?
Let them do it. Them the TMC.
You are young, okay? The Giant Commission of Inquiry said that the DMK is responsible for the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. One second, wait a second.
That's politics.
No, wait a second.
Everything changes.
Then whom does
the JDU, the JDU.
नहीं, आपने बोला मैंने नहीं disturb किया आपको, आप चुप किए जरा.
Taken multiple.
I don't know whether, do you have some time? I mean, all this is very grim, very, and it sort of naturally makes people tense. I just thought I would add an element of humor over here, gallows humor, if you wish. At yesterday's meeting with her MLAs, Mamata Banerjee has promised that she will take the issue of her defeat to the International Court of Justice. So when somebody who has served as a chief minister for 3 terms has this kind of knowledge, is advised by such people, how can you even imagine that person will not have crime, criminality and violence as a part of her politics? And again I come back, you know, who attacked JP when he came to Calcutta? Who led the targeted attack on JP? It was Mamata Banerjee who was in the forefront of leading the targeted attack. She then jumps onto his car and dances over there. There is pictorial evidence of it. So, you know, she is a politician who is sort of created by street violence. She is a politician who has come up from the street violence culture, if culture is the right word over here.
Gupta, again it will be argued, what does she gain from this? You're almost making her seem like a manic person who will get people killed for the heck of it.
I'm saying that, hey, listen, please don't put words into my mouth.
Or who's given to violence? Who's given to violence as a part of her nature?
She is given to violence. Her party is given to violence.
Okay.
Her nephew is given to violence. He stands on a public platform. Which decent, half-decent person who has some sense will stand on a public platform and threaten the Home Minister of this country? Forget the political affiliation of the Home Minister.
So 2 threats have been given. One specifically where he said that Rath ulta denge. And the second, which is widely publicized, where he said that the Home Minister, if he dares, he should stay here beyond 12 a.m. on the 4th of May, because kisi baap ka bachcha bhi nahi bacha payega. So when such threats and intimidation are a part of your DNA, violence is a natural outcome.
I don't support both the statements, especially this BAP or yes, I don't completely disagree with this utterance. But what I want to say in the general, what you are saying, the culture of violence, quickly I want to say, after Congress, CPM inherited the lumpenization of the Bengal politics from Congress, Siddhartha Shankar Ray. CPM inherited that. We used to call lumpen proletariats. And it was extension of the bad CPMism. TMC also inherited, and all the lumpens, they wants to take shelter also under the umbrella of the ruling regime. Now BJP has come. I hope BJP will not follow the political DNA.
But you are saying that they are not following, because they are telling people, as you attested to not attack others.
No. And in comparison to the other political parties, I was in Delhi for the more than 40 years and I'm covering BJP when BJP had 2 MPs. I still remember a small anecdote. Rahul Sinha was party president and he burned a bus and huge publicity, 8-column lead in Anand Badar Patrika. Mr. Advani rebuked him and he said that, no, this is competitive violence, we should, otherwise BJP cannot grow in the state. Advani said that this is not our RSS Jansangh Sangaskriti. So in comparison to the other political parties, my personal experience that BJP, you may say something Hindu terror and all these things by the... but BJP actually in the Jansanghis, Madhya Pradesh maybe, there are a lot of experience that Congress was violent. But Janasangh's culture was not actually the violent movement, it is more with the communists, more with the Congress, and TMC is the inheritance of that they got.
And this again,
hopefully the lumpens will not take shelter under the canopy of the BJP.
And this
now,
again flies in the face of all of these claims.
Bengal edition of BJP should not be violent.
Because you know this, and I'm so glad you said this, because this clearly flies in the face.
Ask Rahul Sinha whether I'm wrong, because Advani ji cannot say.
And I have no reason to question you, Jayantara, because all this while it is just assumed and it is peddled in the national media that political violence is a culture. Everyone, the moment they come into power, will culturally become violent. It is not a culture, it is a crime. And what you are saying actually attests to the fact that it is not a culture. You can choose to be violent and you can choose to not follow it. So again, I come to that question, as of today, as of the 7th of May, who is choosing to be violent. Those people need to be named and shamed. You cannot get by simply saying, you know, the culture of violence is there, so now people are getting killed.
I'm very happy, Padmaja, that you have made this distinction that you really can't have a culture of violence.
It is a crime.
It's a crime. Number one. Number two, the whole thought that it begins with Congress is also fallacious. It is between 67 and 71, when Jyoti Basu was Deputy Chief Minister of United Front governments, there were two, that the CPM unleashed unimaginable violence in the state. And the word gherao then comes into play and for the first time enters the Oxford English Dictionary. So this is the past we have had. We have a state where managers were thrown into boilers of factories.
There is no two ways on this. The Congress party in Bengal, and I'll tell you this, we've spoken to our leadership, there is no ways we are going to stay with the TMC. There is a different way of the leader of opposition standing by a leader who complains about vote chori and the EVM tampering, and that's a conversation he has spoken about because there is an SIR which is unique to Bengal. There was a logical disparity which was unique to Bengal. There were deletions which were unique to Bengal. I'm not going to see these are.
So let me just add a quick caveat. It has happened in Kerala as well. And by the way, in Kerala, after the UDF came to power, a sitting MLA today of the Congress has said that had SIR not happened, UDF would not have been able to win.
I'm saying it's unique to Bengal. What has happened in Bengal is very unique. The logical disparity, see, now let me just put this answer. Just let me put this answer. Our Farakka MLA, the one who's been elected, would he be the MLA today? Because he was in the deleted list. He went to the Supreme Court because he had money.
Why do you have a Farakka MLA? If this entire process was meant to keep everyone out of power,
he was out. He was a logical disparity.
Why did you win? Did the BJP engineer
there are
to bring Congress from 0 to 2?
Where the logical.
Are you aware that the
you are the one who told me not to interrupt while I'm talking.
Okay, let him finish.
You're doing the same
Why
thing.
Why did you come from 0 to 2? Why did CPM come from 0 to 1?
Because we oppose the TMC in those districts, and our leadership has been made aware of that.
Oh, come on.
We stand against the TMC. There is no difference.
Do you know that Farakka has also had huge number of SIR deletions?
Absolutely.
Then why did you win?
But okay, so if that is the only logic that we won because
you won despite SIR.
There's a
and
deletion.
BJP won because of
there
SIR.
are deletions of 27 lakhs, which the Supreme Court has acknowledged that these people can come back in the voter list.
Okay.
These are the only things which I'm trying to say.
Let me just ask you finally, Devdeep Chatterjee.
where deletions have been higher.
Correct. I just want to ask you one categorical question. Who killed Devdeep Chatterjee?
It is the Trinamool. It is on record the Trinamool has killed Devdeep.
Then why are you not talking about
we
that?
are talking about it. It's out there. The tweet is out there.
Devdeep Chatterjee is forgotten, my friend.
Nobody's been forgotten. The case has been handled. Those guys have been arrested. What are we going to say? We are going to wait for the investigation.
Today, Akhilesh Yadav is in Kolkata. Did he speak about Devdeep Chatterjee?
We are not speaking about Akhilesh.
Did Rahul Gandhi in the last 5 days speak about Devdeep Chatterjee?
Rahul Gandhi has told us to take this forward. We are fighting. Aditya was there. Your cameras were there.
Okay. Coming back to the topic of, this violence being said like it is a culture and rather it should be told that it is a crime. Now you see, BJP, I saw one of the senior leaders of BJP making a statement yesterday that this is a period after the vote counting till swearing in. Everything is managed by election commission or Chief Minister is Mamata Banerjee herself. Therefore, the blame should be on her. This is the point that they are taking. Now the buck is with the BJP. Now BJP has the opportunity to stop
Who is
this.
getting killed,
If
my
you
dear
blame,
brother?
no, just I'm not finished. I'm not
people?
finished.
Is it
Rashid,
your party?
I'm not finished. Rashid, I'm not finished.
You are
For
blaming me when
2021,
my brothers are getting
I'm
killed.
showing you the mirror.
My brothers are
Rashida,
out of their home.
Rashida, I'm showing you the mirror. Give me a second.
I'm moving out.
Give me a second. Please give me a second. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Just give me a second. Give me a second.
Bharatiya Janata Party Kartikas can get back to their homes.
During the
What I was doing
2021,
in 21 after second
Rashida, one
I'm doing
second.
the same
One
thing
second.
after
Please,
fourth
let me
day.
ask a question and then you
Ask a
answer.
question.
In 2021, after the counting till the swearing in of Mamata Banerjee, BJP said that there was post-poll violence and BJP said that Mamata Banerjee was responsible and Mamata Banerjee's response was that it is election commission who controls the police. Now the buck is with you. Why are you playing the same game? Own it up. You own it up. You say that we will stop it.
Did you own it in 2021?
I condemned it. I condemned
you
it.
condemned
And
it.
I requested
I'm sure that makes it
everyone
better for
should-
68 people killed. Yes.
When did Mamata Banerjee came to power? 2021. The next elections, 2016. So who was the chief minister from 2011 till the day the election was declared in 2016? Mamata Banerjee was the chief minister in 2011. She is a continuing chief minister.
I'm talking about today.
I don't have a continuing chief minister. What is he talking about?
I'm talking about
So
today.
who is responsible for the law and order today?
Are you saying that
Obviously,
Mamata
Mamata Banerjee has engineered this killing. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee, Madan Mitra should be behind. Pick up Shumit Rai, the
have a
secretary
big heart.
to Abhishek Banerjee.
Own it, and then you
Your
say.
responsibility.
I don't have a chief minister. My chief minister not even sworn in.
Can I just remind you that Mamata Banerjee has not resigned as chief minister. Till 5 p.m., till the close of working hours today.
Chief Secretary
One
is
second,
not taking
one second.
Instruction from Mamata Banerjee.
No,
That
that's
you
a
will
different.
agree?
No,
You will agree?
no. Why should I agree? I'm not here to just defend her.
I'm saying the Chief
Till
Secretary
till
is
the
not taking
close of working day, the chief minister of West Bengal was Mamata Banerjee. The home minister of West Bengal was Mamata Banerjee. The bureaucracy technically is hers. Okay. Now, with all this reality, to say that the BJP should be out there doing law and order is a bit off the mark. Having said that, starting the end of working day today, the buck stops with the governor of West Bengal. Once the new chief minister takes oath of office day after, the buck stops with the BJP government. And despite this reality of an interregnum, the BJP has had the grace and dharmic conviction to come out and issue a statement that they will not allow law and order to collapse in the state.
But who answers for these last 4 days and the killings that have happened in the last 4 days? Who answers for the murder yesterday?
No, from when to when?
From the 4th of May until today. Who answers for that?
Mamata Banerjee, you can't be chief minister and say I'm not answerable.
But sir, then the counter to that is that all this while we were told that you've got 1.5 lakh central forces positioned here because law and order should not be just left to the state police and Mamata Banerjee, she's not to be trusted.
Central forces operate on the basis of instructions from the local administration, from the civil administration. During voting, Padmaja, let's not put a coating of lipstick on it. During voting, specific EC orders empowered the central forces that within 100 meters of the polling booth, it will be only the central forces, etc., etc. So, again I repeat, the BJP on its own has said that yes, it is our dharmic
I want to add to what Kanchanda is saying.
I'll just 30 seconds. It is my dharmic responsibility to protect